your mind is okay. Off your mind, what you sound like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we not talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha. Now you muna don't hear all this bad politics. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Mayegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary.
Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. And tell them, Mayegun today o.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Brethren, you are welcome to the Temple of Truth. Tonight, the TOT, and here is your Baba G.O.
Àní ẹ̀sùn Raki.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ó ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn Raki.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn Raki.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook. And yes, we like you. Lórí YouTube. And yes, we like you.
Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them again.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. And yes, we like you.
A little word for those who probably joined this channel not long ago. Share this broadcast first.
And yes, we like you. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. And yes, we like you. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò. And yes, we like you. Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Báwo ni audio? Báwo ni video? Tell me in the comment section. How is the audio? How is the video? I want to speak. Thank you very much. It's been a disruptive last 3 days, and I kind of felt bad that we're unable to, do our program, to the optimal level. But tonight, I can assure you that we will be fine. However, just as this congregation is growing, we are receiving new members every minute, especially on YouTube. And once in a while, as we welcome you into our midst, here, the truth, as they say, can be very, very hard to swallow. We love that you probably found us interesting and then you subscribed. But if you really want to enjoy Mayegun's Diary political conversation, you must do so with an open mind. We acknowledge people and what we believe they stand for on Mayegun's Diary political. We don't lie to ourselves, for example, in exposing the causes of Nigeria problems. In the process of talking about the problems, which almost everyone is familiar with, the only difference here with other platforms that you probably have been on is that we don't like hiding what we want to say. Let me put it this way. We don't like to be politically correct. Nobody is going to claim ignorant of Nigeria's problems, especially if you are from Nigeria. So it's not new. The difference is that on this platform, you are likely for the first time be able to connect your role in what is happening in Nigeria. And not just that, so at the same time be able to understand the consequences of that your role. Do you see that? You are still free to make all your decisions, all your choices. Whether you are for APC, it's great. Whether you are for the people destroying people, welcome. Whether your own are obedient, whether your own are Biafra or your own is Oduduwa nation, whatever you stand for, I personally believe that if you believe so much in them, you must at the same time accept the consequences of such choices. So when you have politicians who are making the mess of the lives of the people, right? You don't just talk about it like it is just like common thing, a random thing. No, you have to mention the characters behind every criminality and then make the choice open. So you don't turn around and say, Nobody is a saint. Therefore, you are welcome to keep pushing the evil people that have done this to Nigeria. That's the difference. So if you are the kind that likes to be politically correct, you are likely going to be offended a lot. Yeah. So this platform may not be for you. Okay. For example, if we need to call any weary, unfortunate, whatever thing we just feel like in expressing our own displeasure with the status quo, the current situation, you don't have any right here to try to control or correct people how they should talk. Do you understand? Most especially how they should talk about the Nigeria criminals, old, young, and the rest. Do you get that? So we don't kind of appreciate being politically correct. Sometimes they call us rude, lack of respect, lack of home training, and so many other nonsense that a lot of you have popped up in defense of your criminal leaders. Do you get that? So the other day, I think it was yesterday, when a Muhammad called him from Abuja, his first call was his first time of watching Mayegun's Diary Political. And it felt like, okay, listen, I like what you are talking about, but where is your Nigerianness? The one that will make you just believe that unknown being is going to come around and just change everything if all of us can at least pray or hope that that happens. Like, yeah, Nigeria is bad and all that, but we don't need to disrespect our leaders. Muhammadi, ordinarily, when somebody say that in the comment section and say, stop disrespecting our leaders, we pick such comment and we latch it to them and say, you and your leaders. But when you manage to summon courage and call in and say, well, that's what I felt. Well, listen, it is called being politically correct. Okay? It is a coward way of avoiding confrontation, which is synonymous with a lot of you Nigerians. You don't like confrontation that is likely going to take away whatever comfort you have right now. Sure, you get. And because of that, you would prefer to be politically correct. And that's the difference as well. So it may look like so confrontational. Oh, it's too abusive. I can see that everybody here just, no. We have dropped that toga of pretentious people. Do you get that? So anything that will keep reminding you that you can't go back and defend the rots, even if that person is from your tribe or from your religion, the same vices they've used in keeping Nigerians in perpetuity of poverty. So once you drop it, it's uncomfortable to go back and start sounding nice, politically correct, and all that. So we welcome you for joining us on Mayegun's Diary Political. We appreciate your contribution and all that. And like I said, you are welcome. Our own point here is to let everybody understand what is before all of us. Okay? Those who have the chance of fixing Nigeria. But right now, they've taken the advantage of Nigeria's lawlessness that they made it to be. And here we are, lives and the future of generations, even the ones unborn of, have been mortgaged. So it is quite all right, or should I say ideal, if we keep reminding everyone of all of this, and then you can picture where you belong to. Which role are you playing in all of this? You are welcome to my TED Talk. It's just my own direct way of saying, if you want to enjoy Mayegun's Diary Political, just keep your political correctness to yourself. If na pastor, Miss Yan, and, like Miss Jan, to misdirect the people, mislead them in order to help the political class control their minds. We will bring it up here. And you do not touch my anointed. Do my nonsense, no harm. Won't work with us. I'm only saying this to all of you who are just our new members. So you are welcome to the Temple of Truth, where President Kolu, that's what Mohammed said, was like, all the names you are calling them, Tifnumbu, Bokuari, all these things, we don't need it. I was like, Mohammed, if you meet me on a normal day, we be say the para like normal, baba na make my beg you any. Like sorry for be have 3, 4, 5 ekpe. Hit you tani. Here you get like, what name do you want me to call them? Shayen. Here you get, but I was like, okay, at least you took your own beyond comments. You are bold enough to pick up the phone, even though we could hear the shaking voice when you are trying to put together all your sentences in defending that. But like I said, they don't work here. They will just get you more offended. And you can't even change it. Do you get that? For the past 10 years, nobody who tried to be politically correct with anything associated with Mayegun succeeded. Not a single person. Today, a lot of people have been bold enough now to drop that political correctness. A lot of people. And that's the purpose. So that you can say the truth the way it is, even if your papa, they do the wrong. Be bold enough to condemn it and be honest with your condemnation. So, President Kolu, Ojopagogo, Jagabandit, he announced just a few days ago, the collections of criminals, all past criminals. Some would say all past and present criminals. Before now, they will call them Al-Qaeda People's Congress. But you can now call them all past criminals. James Ibori, God knows, so maybe other drug dealers, money launderers, and the rest of them are all going to team up in this drug lord-led Nigeria. Somebody also said, listen to this, so we should be positive about Nigeria. Like, we shouldn't kind of always portray Nigeria as a failed place or we're corrupt and all of that, like the leaders are bad and all that. Being politically correct. I was like, when would you all stop lying to yourselves? That exposing what your mainstream media would never touch, trying to bring to your attention the danger that the danger that is actually lurking around you, and remind you of the nonchalant attitude of the criminals that were supposed to keep you safe. How does that lead to being negative about Nigeria? When those things that are being actually shared are happening for real, the rest of the world knows about them. The rest of the world knows about your criminal leaders too. And most of them are already reacting to the failed country that they have made Nigeria. Why do you think that your own positivity towards them, whatever the positivity is, why do you think that positivity is not enough to show the whole world that there are positive things happening in Nigeria? Positive things like highest employment rate, improved infrastructure like, power generation and distribution, safe environment, improved security, improved justice system, whereby criminals are indeed facing justice and they are making the headlines. I mean, these are things that could be happening, and nobody can tell the world that they don't mean something. For example, if today the issue of poverty capital of the world is actually not associated with Nigeria, and Nigerians, young Nigerians, are being given the opportunity to access all their full potential from the north to the south. If all these are happening and your standard of living are improving, nobody will turn around and become the critic of, oh, it's not, it's a lie. You will be enough example. And because of who you are, Nigerians, loud for nothing. You can't keep all positive good things to yourselves. Now, before things got bad, people like us kept telling you they will do this, it will lead to that. They will do this, they will do that, it will lead to that. And most of all these things are laced with selfishness, corruption. The consequences of all of this is, whether you are Christian or Muslim, northerner or southerner, wherever you come from, you will be affected. And a lot of you were like, no, let us just pray for them. Now everything has gone south. And you are still talking about being negative about Nigeria. Over 140 million people living in extreme poverty. Think about that. How is that good news or positive news? Terrorists are attacking your trains, kidnapping people, derailing them. Because of terrorists, your major highways were abandoned. How is that something positive? Anyway, we have heard from Kolu, who have now said he inherited these problems from Buhari, and he is ready to kind of make your lives better like Buhari did. I'll keep reminding you. 8 years ago, that seems to be like yesterday. This was how it all started. And many of you were convinced to believe that, oh, just give them time. We so and so now. Everything is cynical. No. You are going to get used to it, and it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Buhari destroyed Nigeria when majority of you were calling people like us your enemy of Nigeria. But the real enemy of Nigeria, who took away your jobs, took away your infrastructure, ran you aground, and then impoverished you beyond any kind of imagination. When they did all of this to you, they then handed you over to the mercy of terrorists, which is more or less like can happen to you anytime. Just today in Abuja, they said terrorists entered Abuja and they raided for hours, kidnapped people. It's not making headlines anymore because a lot of you are no longer alarmed when you passed 8 years of hell under Buhari. It didn't take long. But remember, when Buhari started this madness too, when we were telling you, you are going to end up worse off. You called us enemies. Today, you are worse off. Worse off. Like, Nigeria has no money anymore. Tinubu was meeting with the APC governors yesterday. I'm going to play it for you. I think we should just kind of start from there. Like I said, right? Everybody is angry. Everybody is raging. They can't really tell you why they are angry, right? Because it is so confusing right now that even me myself can't even like help you to explain it. But I'll try. Let's hear what Kolu had to say, where they put two teleprompters in front of him. Those glass, transparent and teleprompters, right? And you will think, he's actually speaking from his, he's talking from his Mind, no, it's not. But take your time. Kolu, which is no longer candidate Kolu, is now President Kolu. We are coming back to the all past criminals anyway, talking about what he inherited and the plan to say, okay, or should we just try and increase your salary, minimum wage? Okay, he was selling that to the governors. They have no money. Nigeria has no money. But come.
Governors present. Thank you very much. The meeting is not strange to me, but the content that we have seen this morning is so valuable. The camaraderie is very stimulating. This is about Nigerian project, not about Bola Tinubu. I don't have dealership in petroleum products, and I don't intend to have one. Decisions that you have seen, and I thank you for supporting, for encouraging all of this. It's one, I inherited, and it is fundamental, inherit the asset and liability of my predecessor. That's it. No budget, no penny that I've removed. This is the first time you enter the council chamber, right? This is the first time that I'm entering it too. So, what is it? But we have to push on, we have to make the decision that affects all of us. Are you, as progressive thinkers, philosophers, under the umbrella of our party, has a very serious role to play in educating the people and making sure that we manage ourselves. One, I will take the opportunity to appeal to you on the question, on the leadership of the National Assembly. Maybe get a committee to see the Senate President. So that if there are areas, of conflict, or inadequacies, then from there, collaborative leadership can straighten it out, can negotiate, and make a deal, and get the stability that is required. Two items. We need to do some arithmetic and soul searching on the minimum wage. We will have to look at that. We are digging deep into the revenue of the federal government. we must strengthen the source and application of those funds. Where is it coming from? And Security Council meeting yesterday, two of the items, mainly security, then revenue. We had our discussions, and I want you to please.
See, Grandpa, that's his first time of entering the council chamber. He said, a lot of people were like, he's not saying anything, Jerry. No, he's just having a meeting, a chat with the governors, trying to let them know what's in day. Say nothing deal. All of you, maybe whatever you think we can do. When he met with the military, he had no blueprint of anything. He asked them if they had any blueprint they are using in fighting the terror. And I think they told him that there is no real blueprint. And he said he has no time. They should go and develop a blueprint. People we say they don't compromise against the fight on the fight against terrorism. So Tinubu he just ordered them. He told them to go and develop a blueprint on, which means he just told them to go and draft, like giving them a blank check. Go and tell me what you need that we can quickly make a show of to pretend that we are fighting terror. Make it look like a new government is in town. That what do you need? They will come back and say, we need so billions. And then they will do the shakara few after 6 months, back to status quo. Somebody says, is that what you wish? It's not what I wish, it's what they are doing. I mean, what do you think Buhari did? Now, because Mayegun, they talk about their corruption, the military, and all of them. Abi, is that the reason why all the trillions that Buhari expended on Nigeria military, is that the reason why not a single terrorist is on trial right now in Nigeria for all the killings, especially in northern Nigeria? Not a single terrorist is on trial right now. Shetori Mayegun is talking. Mayegun is negative. Is that the reason why all the trillions have been unable to defeat terrorism in Nigeria? So we know the game, we know them. To them, your life is just a game, a gamble. And they will never lose. And that's the consequences of your belief in them and all that. So enjoy it. So he gave them that marching order. So when he met with the governors, he was talking to them about no money, no nothing. Buhari cleared house. When Jonathan wanted to hand over to Buhari in 2015, the corrupt government, so shebi before Buhari, PDP corrupt government, abi. Then the Saint APC, Egbekegbe came in. On the day they handed over to Buhari in Abuja, Goodluck Egbere Jolantan handed over 7.5 billion US dollars in the excess crude account. Yes. Buhari depleted the money inside that account, added no single penny to it. And today, the money inside that account is less than $50,000. I'm talking about billions, so in case some of you don't understand what I'm saying, $1 billion. Go to the Forbes.com, go and check world billionaires and see how many people have 7 billion as their worth on that list. $7 billion on that list. Then you realize that there are not many. That's exactly what was handed over to Buhari, and the balance in that account today is $50,000. 50,000. The what do you call it? The central bank in Nigeria. Well, that's what they handed over anyway. The foreign reserve, they have something called foreign reserve. Their foreign reserve was what they handed over to Buhari was 33 billion US dollars. Today, the balance in that account is less than $22 billion. When they handed over to this Buhari APC, Nigeria debt was put at 13 trillion naira in naira, national debt. Today, Nigeria debt is now put at 77 trillion naira official. But yet, poverty has quadrupled under these criminals. Unemployment has skyrocketed under these criminals. Insecurity has become an industry in Nigeria under these criminals. 8 years of low cost. They couldn't even leave anything for whoever was coming in. At the last minute, they were still demanding. Buhari was demanding for 256 billion naira. About 90 million pounds, and then about 400 million dollars. They said they are judgment settlements. Those are the cases against Buhari in his 8 years in office in Nigeria and outside Nigeria, and they needed that money. I mean, under these rogues, they told you they were going to use any loot that they recovered. They would reinvest those loot into building infrastructures and the rest. Today, ask them about the returned loot. They've all been relooted. If you ask them and say, what do you use the return loot for? They will say they invested it in building rail, in building this, in building that. By the time you now remind them that but this particular one and that one and that one and that one, all this one you listed, they were attached to Chinese loan. Then they will say, we story, nothing else. They depleted Nigeria beyond anything. They didn't stop there. They destroyed the revenue source of Nigeria. One, unemployment skyrocketed. Government revenue dwindle. No be person where they work, they pay tax. If you don't get job, you pay tax. Apart from the VAT and all that, they come up from when you buy something. But the real tax that you pay, income tax. Now, person where they work, they pay tax now. So when you don't get job, government don't get money. So they started increasing tax. These criminals targeted people to the point that they started targeting dead people's bank accounts. They decided to go and take all the money from dead people's accounts. They said, but they are dead now. If your account has been dormant for 3 years or 4 years, the government will take over the money. You know why they said that? When they check the balance of people who have not touched their accounts in the last 5 years, and they consider that they are probably dead, they found that after they have sold all Nigeria property to themselves, scrap and all that, they found that they could still get up to 10 trillion naira in those dormant accounts, dead people's bank accounts. You remember that? So that's how they cleared everywhere. Now, Tinubu don't come now, you don't see anything. They did it so bad that they started printing money. Like government that didn't create anything to earn revenue. So they was like, no, fluff it. Go and print money. These guys printed 22.7 trillion naira cash, and they shared it. Then they dumped it on the debt of Nigeria, moving it to almost 100 trillion naira now. You know what that means, right? They have to devalue the naira. Devaluation of Nigeria naira, it doesn't hurt the politicians, because when they devalue, they can easily go and get more money and borrow. But you, the common man, who have to go and deal with when they remove something and push it back to you, you can't get anything back. But some said that let's just hope and pray. I said that was how they told you to hope and pray. Once Buhari is trying to clean everything, that was the first 4 years. A lot of you were suffering. Your lives were being almost ruined. But you were telling yourselves, Buhari is trying to clean the house. Meanwhile, this bunch of criminals were clearing Nigeria. They were clearing Nigeria. Today, the former recharge card sellers, they are now multi-billionaire because of grace of God. And guess what? While they became billionaires and multi-billionaires, millions of you became poorer and poorer and still getting poorer and poorer. So they told you to pay sacrifice. 8 years of Buhari. What was the result? Any changes that you can say, all the sacrifices you paid? Oh, you want to extend it, or you've already extended it, Abi? No wahala. So it's on you. Me, I'm just trying to kind of clear it for you, so that you don't turn around and begin to say, let us be positive. What happened to your own positivity? Are you not positive? 8 years, all of you, the Buhari idiots, the Buhari Danes, Buhari Diderins. Was that not what you are telling yourselves? It go pay one day, but we don't find out that Olori Buruku or Junoyi. Majority of you are be Olori Burukus. When you are talking about it go better, majority of you are waiting for your turn so that they can call you so that you can actually, because a lot of you are so into that system too. Sure you get. So you're just waiting for your time and your turn. Who knows? Allah may smile on you soon. God may just, Holy Spirit may smile on you. And then suddenly you go just miss your person will go do you favor. Nobody so you they do. But when you look around you, you can see how people are falling and dying like flies. That you are still here, is probably an opportunity from God to extend your lives. Maybe you probably withdraw in this journey of self-destruction. Now, you don't need to take me serious. Me, I'm just telling you my own observation. So, if people like us exposing them is being negative, what happened to your own praying for them, positive, for being positive and all of that? What happened to the 8 years of your positivity for Buhari, for those of you who are still alive? Anyway, Kolu continues in this chart. Let me give you the second part.
If we think together and work together, Nigeria of our dream is not far away. Be sure we're not going to have the multiple exchange rate anymore. To you, anytime you was late, they called for this meeting. And I said, okay, set aside my time. I must be here. That's a response to you. We equally have a political party to manage. Whichever way you skin it, we are still playing politics. But here we are. We have inherited the asset and liability of our predecessors. I will campaign for the job. We can't complain. We got it. To me, you are very, very lucky. How many out of how many millions of Nigerians? That you now come out being the governors, and particularly governors from our party. I just need to appeal to you. Put yourself together. Let's constantly deliberate, think together. And I maintain an open door policy. Get that one clear.
I don't know what happened. It just kind of froze there. And that wasn't me. That's quite on the clip. So I was saying something in the background. I said, every time I look at him, right, sincerely speaking, I see an old man, you know, a geriatric old man, sure you get, that you sit around and they kind of talk about things. And in the process of talking about things, then you turn to politics and they start talking about policies, like telling you about what should be done and all of that. But you don't take them real serious. You just feel like this is like a pastime conversation. Like you just have a pastime conversation. But imagine somebody like that now being in charge of person who have to lead a country. But Buhari did it. That's what they are saying. They say Buhari did it. So, and this is Buhari Pro Max. What is biggie? What is different? Why are you all kind of walked up as life is at stake? So he's talking about we will no longer have multiple exchange rates. 8 years. Buhari said in 2014, 2015, a lot of you who are now Lagos Abobaku Oshogbo Alimajiris, have you forgotten that you helped Buhari campaigned in that your APC Egbekegbe manifesto that Nigeria having multiple exchange rates must be the first thing that Buhari must stop and fix the economy. Remember, Buhari will face the terrorist. Pastor Ruga will face the economy. And it was under Buhari, that the same Naira got devalued 16 times. And Nigeria Naira crashed 26 times. And today, it is over 750 Naira to $1. Una don't come back again. Now Una came and said, when Buhari was cutting ribbon in Lagos the other day, Dangote refinery is coming to come and crash dollar. Anyway, Dangote refinery is coming to come and crash this. Tinubu is going to face China and they are going to destroy dollars. Anyway, have you forgotten your yuan deal? I became a deal to local $10 billion. That the way they could go give $10 billion to China. Now yuan now. The first effort of Buhari to bring Naira to $1, 1 Naira to $1, was to go to the foreign reserve of Nigeria, took out $10 billion, handed it over to China, and they call it the swap, yuan dollar swap deal. You don't forget? What is yuan today? What is dollar today? In the effort of you wearies, it's just that, they say you cannot shame the shameless. And that's a very big problem. You can't shame the shameless. They pretend to have short memories. But Buhari is gone now. Tinubu don't come back now. So, under Buhari, in their effort of trying to save Nigeria Naira, Emefiole said those who are selling dollars under the trees in Abuja, they were the reasons why dollar was going up. Naira was crashing. Emefiole took out katakata, at eraser, at everything. They went straight to the Abuja business district and they started cutting down trees so that Burundi change will stay under the tree. Today, you see what they did. Now, the man don't talk, say, we cannot have, wait for it, in another few days, you are going to see on social media. First week of President Tinubu, look at how much job he has done. In 1 week, President Tinubu has met with the military. President Tinubu has taken a bold step, has removed subsidy. President Tinubu has met with governors. President Tinubu has met with central bank governor. President Tinubu has met with National Assembly. President Tinubu has met. President Tinubu has said they are going to increase salary. Man, thank you, God, for giving us President Tinubu. Because look at this man, within 1 week, look at how much he has done. Olórí ibu ni wọ́n. They did it during Buhari time too. See, during Buhari's time, what they were doing that time was called body language. They don't start them small now. Some of them are saying, I don't know if anybody has noticed though, since the announcement of, since President Kolu came in, it be like electricity have stabled in Lagos, so maybe it's my area. Now, so that they do. You yourself go there and say, oh, man, it's true. Since last night, they've not taken the light. Maybe it's the body language of President Kolu. Another person will say, it's the same thing. Since May 29, they've not taken our light in Abuja. They say, hey, Omo, I told you, this person, this Tinubu is going, you will see, Tinubu is going to change Nigeria. Another person will come and say, look at all of you. I thought it's just me in Port Harcourt. They've not taken the light since May 28. Now, so that they talk during Buhari's time. Omo, see, everybody don't sit right. It be like everybody don't fear say Buhari don't come. Corruption don't they go away. Nepa don't they take light again. Almost see everywhere don't they body language. Today, see them, see Buhari. So it's not new. I'm just saying. But there are other things I don't hear too. I'll share with you. The people that told you that Muslim ticket is a jihad. It means I say they don't carry them handicap. This one is not funny, and I don't want you to laugh. Okay, it's funny. Oh, no, it's not funny. And I'll tell you why. Remember that those Sheikh at Ilimamus in Kano, Jigawa, in Borono, and Kaduna, who did this human job. Muslim ticket is a jihad. One Muslim is good, two Muslims is better. So why do you go for one when you can have two? Remember, during the campaigns, or to change, it be like they don't dupe them. See, well, somebody told me something. They said, when the APC, Egbekegbe came in, when they started the scheme of APC, Egbekegbe, it can't be like that they use juju. Not be juju. When you know your audience and you know how to tell them what they want to hear, Baba, they go stick to rap and to turn around and come tell them, say, not be waiting you mean be that anymore, Baba. It go hard to change them. That's what I'm trying to say. In 2015, when APC, Egbekegbe, when they started, they told people at the time that, especially the Northerners, they made them believe that all that was needed was just somebody, a Muslim from Northern Nigeria, and all of their problems would disappear. Poverty, unemployment, insecurity, and the rest of that. You know what I mean? But by the time APC, Egbekegbe started, everybody finally found where they really or truly belong. See, it's more like use and Dombabi. Okay, here is the other part. When they now felt like they won't lose out completely now. A Muslim ticket is something that we must protect and make sure that we must and all of that, and all the drama that followed the Muslim tickets. Baba, just 3 days. You know, it never tell 3 days. They are now feeling like they don't dupe them. Damn. You know what happened? A day after Tinubu was sworn in, an image or picture made it to the internet. And it was Remi Werepe, Shitty Man, and Tinubu, and Emefiole. So Emefiole came in to brief Tinubu as the central bank governor. on this issue of exchange rate, money day, any money for our account. Come and tell us what's in day. Accountant general and you everybody come and tell us anything on ground. But they were now wondering that hang on. The power of the president of Nigeria is so huge that it be like say we don't miscalculate to say shitty man is probably going to have this kind of imaginary power or what have you. No, me, I'm telling you what I have been hearing now. You go soon hear fight for the next door. So when the fight starts, one Jan leakage is none of anybody's business in you. Now the genesis saw you. They said they realized that Remi is a pastor. And as things be, it be like say Nigeria will have presidiots, deputy presidiots, and the vice presidiots. You know, when Kolu is unwell, you would expect Shitty Man to be in charge. Even Shitty Man publicly said, Tinubu is going to be in charge of economy. Shitty Man will be in charge of security. They have been shooting that all day. I just, I hope, I'm going to shut the door. That's so loud. Okay, I'm going to shut the door. I'm going to shut the window. Keep this out.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure ti wà. Mazo Yorùbá. Gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lù yìí. Pressure ti wà. Èyí gbogbo ṣe sọ. Ṣé ìlú lé? Fún wa lówó wa, ànówó ẹ wá sọ wá di lazy youth. Náà ẹ sọ wá di lazy youth. Òun ni mo wà ní táìmù yìí tí mi ò lè lọ bí iṣẹ́. Kò sówó. Èmi kọ́ lè. Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure ti wà. Mazo Yorùbá. Gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lù yìí. Pressure ti wà. Èyí gbogbo ṣe sọ. Ṣé ìlú lé? Fún wa lówó wa, ànówó ẹ wá sọ wá di lazy youth. Náà ẹ sọ wá di lazy youth. Òun ni mo wà ní táìmù yìí tí mi ò lè lọ bí iṣẹ́. Kò sówó.
Sorry about that. We are having these guys who have been like shooting out this explosive about that. And it's so crazy that these days, you know, Facebook and YouTube may pick that as a sound of gunfire, gunshots. So I had to shut the windows, seal them up. So where were we? The people who shouted Muslim, and today who have now turned those who use religion for election, the people they used are now coming back to say, so they used Muslim tickets to get to power. Now they are now turning it into tribalism. Here you get. So it's like some of them are beginning to realize that even though Buhari tried, he killed a lot of people to enforce whatever agenda he thought he could, especially that Fulanization agenda, the one that they wanted us to part with our lands in order for peace, or else the Fulani terrorists to continue to kill us. So if we want peace, we should give them our lands. One of their policies that actually made Buhari the poster boy for the terrorist, sponsor and cover in Nigeria. That's where we got it from. That instead of Nigeria government to go after the marauders, the murderers, Nigeria government under Buhari was offering them lands, money, amnesty, and the rest. No trial, no prosecution. So what else do you need to know that the government of that country is in bed with the terrorists that are killing their own citizens? When that government came out and said, your land or your life. There's nothing we can do about these things. Just give them some part of your land so they can turn them to local, SCDA as a local council area or something. And then later turn them to local government areas and then appoint emirs on there and the rest of all their plans. So Buhari tried, but it failed. Woefully, it failed. So whatever that means to them, and whatever Shitima was coming to do, it is all coming down to the fact that they are actually not going to be in charge of anything per se. And it's looking so, or maybe they are just getting paranoia. Something like they are going paranoid of faith. And what do I mean? The people who said Muslim ticket is not a religious thing, that those who complained about it, they are those who are what? Who are religious phobic, Islamophobic. Now, the people that they used up north, they have started saying, be like saying a Christian and Southerners and Yorubas, especially Yorubas, are the ones that are going to rule Nigeria and take over all the strategic places. Is either they are so scared for nothing, or they are actually so scared of what it's going to be like, to misjudge or miscalculate. Because you see, they have the vice president, which is shitty man. They have deputy president, which is Madam President. Now they've selected Gbajabiamila, chief of staff. Without him, nobody can see Tinubu. Nobody. Do you understand what that means? Nobody in that government can see Tinubu without Gbajabiamila. If Tinubu is unwell, the likes of Gbajabiamila are those who are going to be running what is called presidency. Behind the scene, the next powerful person is going to be the deputy president. But by hierarchy, now the deputy president could be powerful. Remy, she's going to guide her husband like a Tura Yaradua did with her own husband. And to them, it's like they are already building that circle. And that circle is not yet involving the Sharia North, the one that actually bought the Muslim ticket. I'm just saying this, I just heard it on the side. Though. You will soon hear, fight will soon start. But I don't hear them already. By the time it becomes something bigger, during Buhari's time, you remember, now so all of you now from mostly those of you are their supporters from southern Nigeria. Hey, another now. Babashir Lawal, Secretary to the Government of the Federation. Congratulations. Another now. Abba Kyari, Chief of Staff. Hey, another now. Hey, this those and so for NSA. Another now. So it can't be like they won't serve them in their own dose and they can't wait. It's either they are so scared of the knife they put on the throats of their fellow all-past criminals, Al-Qaeda People's Congress. Whatever it is, you know something that is, yes, this. It could have been their business. But you know that when it starts, it's not going to be just their business. The spillover is going to be on the rest of you. And a lot of people are saying they are here to watch the whole thing. Mayegun, I am here for the whole show. Okay. No wahala. The other part that I want to take you through is the part of APC transforming to their true name, all past criminals. So after the announcement of Gbajabiamila, the possibility of Akpabiole becoming the Senate president, the powerful and key positions that are going to consolidate the Escobar government. You are done for no wahala. Ibori is also back in the fray. And guess what? The people that once detest criminality, the people that claimed to be very much like they don't want anything to do with crime, corruption, and the rest, they are so happy that Ibori is on board. And according to them, Ibori happened to be Tinubu's colleague as one of the 1999 governors. And because Ibori, a convicted, jailed, ex-governor of Delta State, who met with Kolu could be very much instrumental to Tinubu's plan in talking to the Niger Delta terrorists. They are terrorists, you know that. So anyway, Ibori is back on board, and people are now asking, how many more criminals are likely going to resurface? Majority of them, you probably felt like they are long gone, no longer in the picture. How many of them are going to resurface and rebirth under these all past criminals? Am I too fast? No, I'm not. So they met inside the Old Rock villa where Sheyi Makinde Wike was also there. Listen to them. They came to come and help Kolu's government. No, they came to lobby for Oga. Sir.
See.
So what was the conversation about? It's been over 2 hours.
The conversation with the president? Well, I mean, he has a country to run, and then for us, we have to support him, and we have to let him know that he has started well, and he has the support of the generality of the people.
Did you discuss the issue of fuel subsidies?
Yes, we discussed it. It's something that is on top of the public discourse right now, and we know it's a tough decision for the people, and it needs the support of everybody to see this through.
So what about the ministerial list? We understand one of you has been appointed.
Who is that? Nobody's been appointed.
No information about that?
No.
Any plan to switch over to APC?
No plan?
No plan.
No plan?
Not never to be in the office at
So
all.
this is just a thank you or welcome visit?
We are Nigerians. The governor has told you we are Nigerians and we have come to give you support. That's what's required. So there's no big deal about it. The governor has told you what to do. Yes, sir. To give you support.
So did you see Ibori there just smiling? Obananja. So when Kolu had the dinner after the swearing for him and all that, so he kind of, okay, I think I'll let him say it to you. Listen to this, what he had to say that night. And I'll take you to the next one.
Corruption, poverty, inconsistencies in policy, and many other problems confronting us. But don't pity me. I asked for the job. I campaign for it. No excuses. I will live up to the bill. I promise you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pity me. The policy inconsistency, he wants to tackle that and all the balablu he said anyway, but don't pity me. I campaigned for the job. The sound by sound word and all that. I'll be, yes. In another few days, it's going to go away. Do you know that? It's going to go away. But by then, it would have had few of these handful guys that are going to pretend to be running things. Like because of the fakeness they want to put to it, including the battle of illegitimacy, is so hard. You know, people don't even kind of, some say that they might agree if not because of you. I don't even listen to it. I don't even read anything about it. If you don't bring his video to my screen, I don't even go out there to go and check what did he say. Because whatever they say, he said, some don't even believe that he said them. When he said them, they don't see the motivation or anything that actually encourages to say that, you know, he meant that. So it's purely like non-existent to some people. Then when you now look at all the scenario that brought APC, Negbekegbe, Muhammadu and INEC and all that, it's pretty much like his word doesn't carry any weight to, I mean, it doesn't carry weight to so many people. Like, they don't see it like, my brother, let's talk about another thing, Jerry. You know, that kind of thing, like, oh, I beg, just move on. The legitimacy factor. They know that whatever he does is still going to affect them directly or indirectly. But it's like, see, Baba, we don't care. You know something? Let's talk about something else. That's what Tinubu is. And it may be so early, or he's making some promises and promises again and again. He's actually not really taking any real action on anything other than the misyan. He misyanned on that subsidy. Yeah? Well, after meeting Kolu today, Dino Keneri Melaye, Keneri Dino, was trying to beg the likes of Seyi Makinde, a journal. Election is over. Support Atiku now. Please, they are still so scared of actually sacking them, despite this open, public anti-party that they have been doing. No shame, no nothing. He's begging them. It's no longer threatening them. Look at this.
I just want to start by appreciating the comment of Governor Seyi Makinde this morning, particularly where he said, healing starts now. And the way to start that healing is, I will be glad if between now, next week, and 2 weeks that we'll be at the tribunal, to see Governor Seyi Makinde walk into the tribunal venue and sit down to support the party, our candidate, and to demonstrate to Nigerians that the party, the healing has started. To demonstrate to the world that PDP is united. That will show that the healing has truly started. And not just only Governor Seyi, any of our governors. It is time for us to take this tribunal seriously. We should not just allow only our lawyers to attend these tribunals. Please, if you find yourself in Abuja, you can stroll in and spend 30 minutes, 1 hour. Let the world know that there's a new PDP that is big, that is strong and reliable. And we are one indivisible party. And we are supporting this tribunal to take over power. The second comment, sir, sorry, sir. The second one has to do with the tribunal at the state level. Both members of the House of Assembly, House of Reps, and Senators. I want to appeal to our governors. The way you are taking your own tribunals seriously, I will appeal to you, sir, to take all our members of the National Assembly and the House of Assembly in tribunals. Take their cases very seriously. Take over their tribunals. Because if you are practically involved in those tribunals, we will win more seats, both at the national and the state level. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and did you see Seyi there like? So anyway, politicians and then their way. So I just thought you should hear that. That's them trying to make what they call the healing, trying to heal and all, you know. Well, I am going to take a break, just a few minutes break, and I'm going to use this what Shawara to say on this subsidy as my breaking point, and I'll come back and we will continue. Right. In fact, listen to this guy who actually, okay, we'll take on that.
Let's talk fuel subsidy. Yes. What are your thoughts?
I'm not removing fuel subsidy.
You're not?
No.
Why not?
Because the only thing that Nigerians get from the Nigerian crude is that little subsidy. What I will remove is the subsidy that the crooks in our system gets. Those people who are importing fake fuel, importing.
But subsidy is costing a lot of money. I mean, even Kenya just removed subsidy.
The subsidy that costs a lot of money is the subsidy of the elite.
Yeah, but Kenya just removed subsidy. Are you saying even Kenya is because of the subsidy of the elite?
Have you heard that Kenya produced crude before? I'm not aware that they have crude oil in Kenya. We do.
The fact is they are removing subsidy because they realize
they don't produce crude oil. They don't produce.
So you're saying because we produce,
we should. You see, do you know that a certain amount of barrels of crude is allocated to refining locally every day, and regardless of whether we are refining or not, they are still selling it. And it goes into private pockets. I know you might disagree with me. But
no, I'm not here to disagree with you. I'm here for you to tell the people.
I know these people very well. But let me tell you the gimmick. The gimmick is to make people believe that subsidy is eating up the country. But do you know that kerosene is not subsidized?
Exactly.
Yes. So why are we not benefiting from it? Diesel is not subsidized. Why are we not benefiting from it? Diesel is at 1,000 naira, sometimes 5.
Because the majority of people do not use diesel. The masses
Who told you?
But the masses are not dependent on diesel.
No.
They are dependent on kerosene and petrol.
No, the masses are dependent on diesel. Most generators that are running even your office here.
Yeah, but that's the offices. Those are private sector. Diesel is not.
Diesel is massive. You can quote me. It's massively consumed in Nigeria. There are even vehicles.
No, I'm not saying it's not massively consumed. Yeah. I'm saying to you.
So the point I'm making is that.
Not
what about kerosene? What about kerosene?
Yes, kerosene is and it's liberalized, right?
Yes. Who is subsidizing kerosene? Nobody.
Yeah.
It's not removed from subsidy.
Yeah.
So, and the game they play on us all the time is that the moment we remove the subsidy, we will put it aside for social welfare affairs. So, worry about the ones you got from diesel, from kerosene, from gas, from jet A1 fuel. Why is it that those benefits are not accruing to the people?
Okay.
So it's only that of petrol because it's a game. It's a game. And we are out to end the game because we know the trick. We know that.
And like you, they get the fuel, they don't want to open the fuel. They say, nah, Jagaban, nah, Ikosan. And not be Ikosan. Now we they do about ourselves here. Not be it. Not be Ikosan. You not talk. They say, nah, Jagaban, talk. Say, me fuel they there. For my own belief, not be it talk. Not be it, madam. Madam, not be it. Not be it talk. You not talk. And now, they say me everybody, they say.
Yes, now we want make you bring everything down. Now you talk now, you don't feel deny for no, madam not deny for them. Now Jagaban, now you talk
now. Now who talk? Anyway, that will be the situation this coming week from Monday. So the NNPC. No, NNPC, NLC. All of them just have all these names, abbreviation and all that. So NLC are saying that from Wednesday, if nothing is done or changed, then you all have to get ready for strike, which I don't think is even going to bite. Nigeria has been successfully broken. The last time you saw Buhari during the day, here is Buhari during the night, despite the numbers of people who died in the hands of terrorists in Katsina. Take a look at this. Even in the dark and the rest of that. Are you with me? So whatever you might say, Nigerians are broken from within. And these guys kind of understands that. The numbers of those that they have kind of broken from within, from inside, they believe they still hold their A's, like the massive number of them. they are ready to resist any kind of, change whatsoever against these guys. So they see that. So you would have to first crush the mentality of those who have been broken for them. So others are already saying, Baba, well, let's just move on, Jari. Maybe then just chat. Now 1,000 I will go buy her like that, we go live like that, and all of that. So others are more or less like, now you people with their abroad self, they worry too much. So somebody now called and told me that, see, Mayegu, on your next program, tell the people, the members of the Temple of Truth, to stop worrying about whatever is it going to be like on that Tinubu. What they should get themselves ready to do psychologically is to try their best to cut down unnecessary requests from those who are going to be running away from these criminals escaping. When I mean like this airports, it was under Buhari that urgent 2K became a thing. People that looked like they were living all right, they have jobs, they have life. They ended up having to seek help, financial help, even from the people they've never met, people they don't know. They had to build relationship outside their own circle, because it became so bad that a lot of them who were pretending could no longer pretend. That was under Buhari. So say, have you seen urgent 2K there? Have you seen urgent 5K? But if you help me get a 10K, I'll give you back tomorrow evening. You know it's not going to give you back. So they realized that instead of asking for big money, just ask for urgent 1K, urgent 2K. But things got so bad that people that were even giving people urgent 2K self became broke, that they themselves started asking for urgent 2K too. Do you understand what that means? So it got so bad that a lot of you who have this, a lot of us on social media, this is not even just about those who are outside Nigeria. Those of us who are outside Nigeria is a different case, right? But for those who are not even like outside Nigeria, within Nigeria, but they look like they are doing fine, they can tell you their stories. How many of their supposed friends, people they don't know, that are bombarding them and asking them for help, asking them for a job that they don't have. Then when they switch over and realize that your profile says you live abroad, then that escalated in the last 8 years. People used to be very careful before asking for help. That shame of, what if that person says no? But it got so bad that people had to speak out, or else you just die silently. So instead of you worrying about what APC is still going to do to them in Nigeria, or arguing with them on social media, you should begin to psychologically build yourself on how to handle the effect, especially on your own finance. Don't complain about people asking you for money. No, you don't have to. You need to work on yourself in cutting as many of them as possible. Today, a lot of you are abroad under this APC. Today, you no longer kind of read your messengers, your WhatsApp. A lot of you cannot even kind of read any messages or go anywhere that will show that you are online before you begin to get messages. That's the effect that we are talking about. It's not limited to those who are there. It's going to spread. Now, to handle it, as they continue to pray that Tinubu is going to change their lives, like they prayed in 8 years, for 8 years under Buhari, rather than their prayers answered, their lives changed, their lives got ruined, but a lot of them are still living in denial. Don't help them. Don't help them justify why they believe their prayer is being answered. I am not in that position anymore. I have an organization and it is called Yoruba Union. You know what we are trying to do now? We are focusing on children. We are focusing on the vulnerable children, education, their health in Yoruba land. Sure, you get. We have realized that sometimes, right, when people say they need to suffer before they actually enjoy life under the criminals that promise them good life, sometimes we need to let them do it. While we do our best as much as possible, to help deconstruct the minds of the young people. You know what we are planning to do now? Last 2 months, we said we were going to like pull our resources together as Yoruba Union, right? Pull our resources together and then go on and do our phase 2 of a family support program. Then on the other hand, we were like, okay, you know what? Now we'll just put that on hold, right? They have new government in Nigeria and they are praying that it works for them and we hope it works for them. So instead of expending so much resources on these adults, young and old, what have you, let's focus on the children. Focus on their own welfare. Focus on their education. Focus on different support, support we can put together for them, especially the vulnerable one in Yoruba land. So very soon you are going to see us giving supporting tools like wheelchair, like walking stick and the rest of that, and so many other things to young Yoruba children. Because as it is right now, the adults who choose the path that their criminal leaders and all of them are taking them, sometimes the experience that will help them in putting a halt or a stop to it will have to come from the experience of them hoping that they have chosen right. So yeah, so in the next few days and weeks, you will probably see me share with you, us extending our support to these vulnerable children in Yoruba land. Okay, now that's just what do you call it? That's just a little digression, if you say. But here, if you want to undo whatever the effect or what our view is, number one, they are going to tell you that you are just being negative. You are not negative, for being honest, and rejecting something they have embraced, and that is lie. They've embraced the lie, but they are hoping that the lies they embraced on, the gamble they have played, pays off, so that they can turn around and say, we knew it now. We knew God would do it. Same thing they said for 8 years under Buhari until they started cursing him. They are repeating the same thing under this sick Kolu. Don't take it personal with them. Let them abuse you. Let them attack you. But psychologically, when the effect of all of this are going to be kind of falling back, it is going to target your finance. It is going to target your money. It's going to target your own happiness. It's going to target your peace of mind. Now, how do you escape from all of that? Is by ensuring that you begin to kind of blank yourself out from making yourself available to anybody from Nigeria. Do you understand what I mean? Maybe you don't, or maybe you will do it, or maybe you won't do it, but it's completely up to you. Because the effect of this whole thing is that everyone will begin to look for a shoulder to lean on. Because to me, I actually believe that, as they say that majority of them are mad. Majority of Nigerians are mad. They have mental problems, like a serious madness, seriously, like medically, no joke. It's not joke. Majority of Nigerians are mad. And the pressure, okay, that they actually face in their everyday life, they are very much enough to run them mad. Those ones who are, they say like 80% of Nigerians have mental health problem. And it's a serious mental health problem, including some of them in public offices. Yeah, statistics said that. So no matter what the pressure is, when they make their choices, okay, you should never, ever allow your own mental health to be what they are going to rest on. I have been there, and I'm saying this to you. They are the type that are kind of, they fight for God, okay? But when it comes to their battle, they leave it for God to fight for them. They pray for their criminal leaders that God should touch their heart and change their mind. So on social media in the next couple of weeks, they're going to tell you that you are negative. You don't even wish Nigeria well. I mean, yeah, and if you tell them, what happened to all the well wishes they had for Nigeria under Buhari, when they called people wailing wailers under Buhari, and look at Nigeria today. So they're going to start that again. In fact, some of them will be as dumb as anything. They're going to call you William Wheeler when you tell them that, again, elections have consequences. So in the next couple of days, don't buy it. Work on your own mental health, please. Working on your mental health is that, number one, don't try and make yourself that person who want to engage in social media fights with the, what do you call it? With this product of perdition, those who have embraced the worst and the worst of, kind of people ruling over a country, even when they are victims of all their madness, right? There's no point in arguing with them. They're going to come back later. Some of them with fake names, fake profiles, begging. It is what it is, oh. So for your own mental health, when you see them, pass them. Okay? Don't make any effort of trying to tell them what they have done. They will see it, they will feel it. Save yourself and save your money. Okay? I'm not saying you shouldn't support people. Do, especially if you are the kind that we always do. But it is going to get worse. And you're going to feel it on your own finance. Your finance, yes. So the more of them, according to the World Bank, Nigeria population is expected, in quotes, to get to cross 250 million by the end of 2030. Now, what that means is that if that should be the case, if that is true, because this whole thing, this bogus figure and all that, and with what Buhari did, and with these ones that are here with their usual, we tell you this. You can go and do that. All of you don't do this. Hey, I command. The president has commanded. That's exactly what Buhari did for 8 years. No clearer policy that actually touches life, but ruined lives. So if they wasted another 8 years of your life from now, 2031, and you turn to over 250 million, that means over 200 million of you will be living in extreme poverty. Around that time, you will wish you were a Venezuelan or a Zimbabwean. Here you get. So when they turn around and try to kind of put it on you and blame it on you, that's what you should wait for. And that's exactly how I kind of handle it. When people ask me, how do you handle this? How are you able to? I said, well, I do it because I know the kind of people I'm talking to. I'm not here to convince you, especially those of you who have been in bed with your oppressors. I'm not here to convince you. Personally, I knew that you will be in their defense. You will be defending them. In the course of defending them, you're going to attack me, you're going to abuse me, you're going to threaten me, you're going to say a lot of things. So having known that means that it is more or less like your conscience that I have this for. There's no way that you'll be on your own after you have done all you are doing. When reality sets in, when you are all by yourself, when you really see the world around you, there is no time that everything Mayegun have been saying won't begin to resonate, won't begin to ring back in your heads. Here, you know, your conscience. Now, what you do with that, how you deal with that is completely your business. Guess what? It does work. I've had people who came here and said, Mayegun, I used to be. Mayegun, I campaigned and I voted for Buhari. Mayegun, I did this. But it's one of the worst and the most regretful thing I have done. And when I came across your channel, then I realized that, man, I wish I knew you before then. Well, guess what? You probably would never gain that experience if you didn't participate or being part of it and then doubling down after all the atrocities, all the ruins that you have witnessed. That one is what they call the witchcraft. Here you get. So, yeah, I can be your conscience. I say things that will get you thinking. I say things that will actually put you in the story. Everything they are doing that you probably think is probably not necessarily going to affect you. It's going to affect people that you don't like. You're going to drink their tears. You're going to laugh at them. You're going to do this or that. Guess what? When you are all by yourself and you remember everything you've heard on Mayegun's Diary Politico, you begin to tell yourself and say, man, what am I doing to myself? Now you can double down. Like I said, I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to tell you what you are doing. Secretly, openly, it doesn't matter. Conscience is an open wound. And from what I read in the book, they said not truth, or should I say the only thing that heals the open wound, your heart or your conscience, It's the truth. I mean, truth. I found something, and this has to do with the everyday life of those who are doing their legitimate business, like legit, on the road of Nigeria, where I need you to listen. Oh, this is not funny, right? Where people are, these illegal tax collectors along the road in Nigeria, police, custom, VIO, FRSC, soldiers, all kinds of collecting illegal money. And that's exactly what Nigerian roads are, if you are a businessman and a transporter. Let me share this with you.
See, for those wondering why foods are expensive in Nigeria, so I decided to follow truck today and see the reason. You understand? Foods are expensive in Nigeria for so many reasons. Now, this is plateau, 1,000. Now, say I want to go carry them from Benue, come Abuja, 1,000, they calculate them. This is 500. Which one be this one? Union. I not be union member. They didn't make I pay union fee. This one is Plateau State Ministry of Commerce and Industry. This one, make we first start with Plateau. See Plateau. Wait a minute, sir. Departmental Shandam local government, departmental receipt. See them. This one still Plateau Traders Marketers Association, PSTMA. I don't be association member because I no agree join. I don't know. I no go join association. Which association I want to for my part? Now we don't finish with class 2. This one at 3.5. Now inside this 3.54 we pay. Every unofficial checkpoint who will come. This one at Nasarawa. Any unofficial checkpoint will come. 500, 1,000, 200. From entering of Plateau till we come out from Plateau, we pay like plus the 200. We pay almost like 8,000 naira, the 9,000 naira. This one don't finish. More like 10,000 because those BIO guys each checkpoint 500. Army 200. Vigilante 100 naira. Police 200. As if you shine in the eye, your eye for them. Even go and collect 1,000. They calculate like 13,000-15,000 I will spend for Plateau. For how much here? Now we don't enter Nasarawa. This is Drivers Association, Good Produce Association, and Agricultural Protection in affiliation. Make I still show you that receipt. Yeah. Okay. This one is Nasarawa. This one is Nasarawa in partnership with Consult Mill. I don't know what's be this one. Single haulage. Yeah, for single haulage. This one is Nasarawa State International Revenue 500. Development levy. Now me want to develop Nasarawa State. I know they pay tax before. I don't pay VAT. Nasarawa State Internal Revenue Service. Now in this one. Make I show you the revenue in massive. Nasarawa State Government, State Internal Revenue Service, Transport Tax, Development Levy, National State Internal Revenue Service, Nasarawa State Internal Revenue Service. You need to see it too. Transport 15500. What's the consignment? This way like what's the clean cash. Now see this one. Departmental receipt. Lafia been a lie. Because this one LIE no be lie. Lafia na in one right there. Transport Department 500. Now Benue own they no get receipt. But for Benue, you go pay. Before you cross from Benue to Taraba, Jota 3.5. That's if you shine eye. I got to call Army. Before they cross us. Those boys they say 35,000. Those boys they mad. Every 100 meters for Benue, you go pay 500, 1,000, 2,000. Now if it crazy like that, you know since I pull my cap, you have 3 slippers, follow them because I know that's how Benue is. That's why we didn't follow Makodi. If not Makodi, if you get to Castina Bridge, you are dead. You are dead. Those boys go block that federal bridge. See what we don't pay now. You don't pay. You never ever reach Abuja. You don't spend close to 70 to 80,000 naira on produce alone. Different receipts. This one no follow for police, army, checkpoint, vigilante, community. This one. Now why food expensive? Because the yams are fucking cheap. But when you calculate all the produce, now you can calculate fuel. Calculate this one. Pay this one, loading. This one, shade money, make things cheap. When people tell me they are other supermarket, go now finish. You go pay the tax when inside come out. When you buy something 1,000 naira, you spend like 5,000 naira bringing them to where you go. That's why we know they go Benue buy food. If not, we know the trenches for Benue to buy things, but we know they like go there because you end up spending, and if you're not careful, you go spend. In fact, I don't really spend my money join this one set. If I don't calculate, I've spent close to my money inside land. 150,000. Don't enter waiting, I don't understand. That's why I don't like going to Benue to buy things. See, you don't tell me 2,000 now. You see, 2,000. And I just paid 4,000 naira, and I'm bringing 2,000 naira again. This is just less than 50 kilometers. Wait till me 50 kilometers. 30 kilometers from here. This is another place. 2,000. You see why we don't go to this? You know it's 1 kilometer. You know, see now, 2,000. That's why we don't. You see, I don't tap me 2,000. See, I'm not on the block road. 2,000. My dear people, make I bring the 2,000 before we start speaking English here, because me, see, and I see the paper. I am still hold it. 2,000. See the paper when coin give me. 2,000, 1,000. See the paper. Wait, don't pass it. Make the see the paper when you want give me. See, I'm 2,000 now. I collect now. See, I'm 2,000. More than no hard is expensive for road. See, you see, I'm 2,000. This one I wait to Ministry of Agri Revenue Receipts, Produce Livestock. 2,000. You see, and the guy one block. Don't they hail me? Come up for there. That's how much. In a space of less than 10 kilometers, I don't spend. This one I will still reach VIU for front too. That's why it's say food expensive. I prefer to do my things from Maiduguri. We speak our English. Come back. See, this are not follow the kidnappers wedding road. They not follow the what do they call them? The kidnappers wedding road, the robbers wedding road. The one where they go lie you down for road, they flog you for back, say you don't carry money, can't give them. They not follow those ones, so they not follow the fight where you go meet for road, because all these TV and Juku people they fight for them. They not follow those ones. 2,000. And I swear to God, this money the rich government had. Now one governor use and they settle one political aid, making the collect the money. Tell me, for just how many years? This is.
And it is true. All of that money, it's not going into any government cover. It's not like, oh, they are generating money revenue. They just give some political boys. When a political party comes to power at the state, yeah, they will bring their, their political thugs, and some of them, they will give them revenue allocation. It's called revenue collection. So they will put them everywhere on different road corners of their state everywhere. They will be collecting money. The money doesn't go to the government. They just give a cut of that. So whoever is the senior guy in that government, the rest they will have to keep to themselves. So you can say, what kind of country is this? Just like that guy said, which kind of country is this? The country is Nigeria. Here you get. And just wish you what you wish yourselves. If I must say, so I'm thinking, should I take calls tonight? It seems that, I had to go and pick up the old camera. The settings on that new one is just too much for me. And it's the reason why it's not really connecting to itself. Connecting to the other stuff easily. So I had to bring it back. So you can tell me how you felt tonight. So I'll open the line. Yes, I will open the line. But before then, if you are still watching me on Facebook, you can still like the broadcast. If you are on YouTube, you should as well. Okay, then I will open the line in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Of history with one of the most famous wins, grabbing the first goal. How do you feel?
I feel so happy, and then as you can see, this is my first goal for World Cup, so I feel so happy. And I'm happy to score a goal. I feel so happy, yeah.
Before the game, were you so tensed that, considering the fact that you're playing against the host nation?
Yeah, we need to play. I can't understand the question. Can you come again?
Were you so tensed? A little bit nervous that you're going to play the host nation?
No. That is not in my mind. So we feel comfortable, and then we have that confidence within me and my teammates. So that is how football be. Football now have like host country, so we dedicate this match very well within ourselves. And then as me myself, I dedicate my goal to our new president, which is Honorable Bola Ahmed Asuwaju. So I dedicate my goal to him, and I really appreciate my teammate for the effort that you make today.
And that guy, we dedicated his goal to Tinubu when they beat Argentina. I heard. I have a caller. Hello there.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Maego?
I am very well, sir. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm calling in a sound of sadness. I don't know what else, you know. We have lost it. That people are still coming to social media and saying, let's pray for Tinubu. Baba Tinubu for what? What have we done for Yoruba? What have we done in Lagos State? These guys, I don't know. What's going on in that country? And what you just suggested is a good idea. All those old people, I've stopped doing that a long time ago. The same people that cry to you for help, but they can't see the wrong that these people are doing back home. You cool, but you want me to be helping you, paying your school fees, pay everything. You know, it's very sad. It's very sad. I don't know. I mean, why we pray for somebody that's not even doesn't even care for you?
They don't really care. That's the point. If you see them doing something, not just talking, doing something that you can say, oh, I like that. You know, if they can keep that up, oh, that will, you know what I mean? Then at least you can say, oh, we hope they keep it up. Oh. But these guys are just all talk. And when they feel like they want to do something, they bring their fire brigade approach. It will be like then nothing.
And what makes me so mad? Let's pray for Tinubu. Pray for Tinubu. God should give him long life. Pray for what? What for what?
And long life and prosperity.
Mr. Michael, let me give somebody else a chance.
Thanks, Baba. I mean, I have another call on the line. Yeah.
God should give him long life.
Hello there.
Hello.
Yeah.
My ego.
Yes, sir.
My ego. You should know my voice by now.
I do. So how are you?
I'm okay. I'm all right. How are you doing?
Well, I'm very well too. Is that Philip? No.
This is Philip. This is Mohammed from Abuja.
Oh, is that Mohammed? Okay. Your guys are going to be listening to you. Good enough. So how are you tonight, Mohammed? You sounded like one Philip like that too. Sorry, I didn't pick.
No.
Look at the number.
No.
Easier.
I'm okay. I'm all right. Yesterday, I figured first thing I should tell you is where I
never I could tell that you are Yoruba, even from your voice. The accent is not hard.
How could you tell?
I'm a Yoruba man guy. But outside speaking to me in English, right? I know how they talk. So if
anyway, yesterday I was just after
in English, I know how they talk. So yeah, I knew it all along.
Okay.
And I even said it.
All right.
In case if you probably just didn't pick it. But go on.
Maybe I forgot then. Anyway, yesterday after I spoke to you and I continued watching your show, I was just laughing. I think I'm spamming with the opinions of every other person. One guy said he believes that I don't pay bills. One guy said he believes that I don't pay bills. The other one said Nigerians, when they start to stammer, it means that they want to lie. I'm not a stammerer, but apparently my daughter was disturbing me, so I was distracted while I was talking to you. But what people have to understand, and the most important thing, and what the picture should be, is that we might have different perspectives, different manners of approach, different points of view, but all we all want is a better Nigeria. That is what we all want. We don't have to antagonize each other.
Do you believe that?
Yes,
that
I believe that. Yes, I believe that.
You see, you are wrong
all
again.
we want is a better Nigeria.
You see, you are wrong again. It's like you have this your assumption so clear. How do you believe that everybody wants a better Nigeria? How?
Everybody that is okay. So you are telling me, then you are going back to the fact that okay, you are being negative because you want negativity to be the order of the day.
How does what I want?
No, the reason you open this channel. The reason you are doing this channel.
I better wait, Jare. Don't start again, okay? See, how does what I want decide or determines what happened to Nigeria? Let's be honest. You want a better Nigeria, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, if I say I don't want it,
we all have to participate.
Listen, if I don't
Take
want
for
it,
example now.
No, wait now. I'm
Take
asking
for
you.
example now.
Don't give me an example yet. You wait. I haven't finished, right? Mohammed, you want a better Nigeria, Abi?
Mm.
Now, if I tell you that I don't want better Nigeria, does that mean that my wish is over yours? Like, that is why Nigeria will not be better. Do you believe that?
I believe that you can contribute to the progress of this country.
You are not answering my
negatively
question, Mohammed. I said, how does wish? How does wish?
It is not a matter of wish. It's not a matter of wish. I'm talking about action. I'm talking about action. For example, now I was about to commend you. I was about to commend you. When you said that your Yoruba Union, you people are about to start this children intervention, blah blah blah, and the rest. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. There's no need making noise and talking if you don't have anything that you want to offer. There's no need. People just come. If all you want is to survive, then be on your lane and just survive.
No, Mohammed.
But you come criticize government, you do this and do that. Meanwhile, you are not even doing anything to help anybody. You are not doing anything to help the society. Take for example, I was so happy when you said that Yoruba Union. That's what I'm talking about.
See, Mohammed.
And then Teba, did you can it be?
No, it's obvious that you are new here. Okay? Repeating it and saying, I am so happy when I hear that you want to. You don't know who you are talking to. You have no idea of who I am.
Hey, I'm new now. I told you that I'm new now.
Talking about helping people is actually not something new on here. And listen, when you have government that are failing in their role, you don't turn around and say, what have you done for people? What does what I have to do or what people have to do for people? What does that have to do with the failure of those who are actually saddled with responsibility of fixing a country? Like,
the followers are as good as the leaders. Let me tell you. One philosopher said that the people get the government that they deserve.
Which is what you have in Nigeria. And that's exactly how you are talking. Shomosha, Mohammed.
No.
You are looking, listen, I am talking about those. Listen, I'm talking about those who are saddled, who have the capacity, policy-wise and decision. They have everything, right? Now, when they fail, which is what we are talking about, you turn around and you are looking for what these other guys have done. Those who have no responsibility to you. I don't have any responsibility to you. You know that. I don't owe you anything. I don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe anybody anything. Now, if you do them, that doesn't make it your duty or an excuse to say, what have you done? I've heard that before. Maybe we say like, you are rich.
That is your point of view. As far as I'm concerned, every human being owes the next person kindness.
I remember one guy, right? Anyway, Mohammed, thanks for calling, okay? I'm not going to be this very nice to you next time, okay? And I hope you should get ready next time, all right? Because you see, when people try to kind of use that trick of, we shouldn't be blaming them. Let's look at what we are also doing. I've been there. You won't be that lucky next time. I won't be this kind of nice next time. So be prepared too, brother. Or you should never even call again. Because you see, what they do is called the mind game, right? My caller, hang on for me for a second, please. You know what they do? A typical Nigerian, so if you meet them in their element, they will tell you, when you say, the people that have the capacity to make a policy on education, which will make it easier for even the poorest of the poorest to access what those who are probably well-to-do would only access, like in Nigeria. You know, if I am poor or rich, it doesn't matter. If I can walk into any medical center and get help for myself, for my children, and all of that in Nigeria, whether I have money or I don't have money, a provision, a system that actually takes care of everybody. Sure you get. If you fail on that, that means millions of people who are supposed to have access to that healthcare, including you supporting them, won't have access to them. And if you don't have that money, that's your business. So that's typical Nigeria. Then when you have those who are to make policy on education, where people who are less privileged, not like all of us, having access to education, quality education, right? When you fail to give that to them, okay, policy-wise, and then Nigerians will then turn around and say, hey, you want government to do everything. You are living abroad. How many people are you helping? How does who are help or not help stop those who are saddled with the real responsibility? That's what they do. They want you to feel guilty that maybe you are the reason why education is not okay in Nigeria. Or because you are not helping poor people to pay their medical bills. That is why medical system in Nigeria is not better. But you are here blaming government. How many people have you paid their hospital bill? How many people have you paid their school fees? How many roads have you constructed? How many people are you feeding? These are typical Nigerian lines. They are trying to push you away to make you feel like it is actually your responsibility to do the job of government. Because, we know government is not serious. Yeah, we all know government is not serious. So stop talking about government. Let's talk about what you are doing. Oh, ni kure Muhammad. Ma pe mi mo to ba du pe mi láyé next time o ni re ni pàdé o. Ṣé o ngbo. We jókòó síbẹ̀ tó ń rẹ́rìn yẹn, ra ma enjoy ẹ̀rín yẹn o. Tó bá pè mí next time. You must be ready. You go see the real Mayegun then. Hello there.
Hello, Mayegun General.
How are you, Baba?
Hello.
Is that Prince? You know they see if people say the guy don't feel comfortable. He don't feel cool. He go just speak in phone, they call. Can't they ask me some useless questions to make me feel like we know the government is not serious. Let's talk about you. So the government anyway, go on. See, and they talk about us trying to help people. Like saying something new. I am so happy when I heard that you want to help people. Help people.
You don't know what you want to do.
No, he's feeling comfortable. You know what? The next time he come in, talk say Muhammad, then you go know the kind of
the guy they be. So the guy they create Mayegu. That Muhammad.
No, it's an insult. He's feeling cool. That's what's happening.
Now negative Muhammad. We don't say we get positive Muhammad on this. We get positive Muhammad on your platform. Amen. This one a negative one. You know what you want to do? The guy want to pull your leg, but you don't know.
He's enjoying it because they laugh. And they do like this.
That says when they pull. You don't say you don't get a passer.
No, I give her one space. They won't make a bedroom. May try me next time. I go take in call. Sure you get, and it's like somebody calling me now and say, "Oh, this is Muhammad Azza. Olori Bruku to TPJ. Now you Olori Bruku niya be Muhammad Abi. Oh, you start your way.
Na baba wearing. No mind now.
Next time. I just thought I believe you should know.
No mind now. Now that income like that Philip. You know that Philip will come one time.
Yeah.
That Philip. Yeah, you know that one. And I saw you one. I saw you one carrying on come.
I know now. Oh, remember one guy too. Now, Shena Kingsley, waiting being named that Olori Bruku guy.
No, now Philip.
Oh,
now Philip be named. 1 year, Philip like that.
Exactly.
As you give him back to back,
when he won't call full, when I give him, pick up in photo, try me again. We know their type, but again, he don't reach out tonight anyway. So yeah, I'll take care of him. I hope. It will be that confident again to call you tomorrow. And like I said, it should be ready. I don't mind if I call you Olori Bruku, just come in one. But Baba, hey, boy. You go to drama, Prince. How you be?
Baba, I have. You know, it gets few things where happen during the week. You know, when I watch one Kolu go meet all the army, where they talk to them, pack their clothes.
Yeah.
You know, you know, when the country they born them their clothes, they go patch them, they go stand up. So the second you know, they make me they laugh. They say when Kolu meet them, Kolu they ask them, they will go shake. I mean, we take head they're not.
No protocol, you know to understand at that time.
Oh my God, I don't feel laugh. But see, on the other angle, my good thing I got the look. I say, hey, Nigerian soldier don't suffer. So now somebody like Kolu,
Is the
the
general
charge
now.
and I quit drug lord for Chicago. I whole Nigerian soldier. They give salute. It
It's
didn't tire me, honestly. It shame no great shame me. I just dey look them when they check the salute. Oh my God. Well, Nigeria, Nigeria and Nigeria. You see, one person that asked me, I said, make I ask you as our high priest.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you get answer for this thing.
What be that?
One among the people will go vote. When they ask me now, say their PVC now they don't know say their PVC they useless. As of now they can't say that. And say before they enter this PVC madness, you say now their pastor encourage them. I say if they no get if they know everybody must go and get their PVC. Even for hospitals, some of them they say if they bring their PVC, then their registration for hospital are free. You understand me? So when they ask me, Baba, say now because before you know it, 4 years go reach now. They go begin holler for them again. Go and get your
I be now. Go and get another PVC. Who there?
So go and vote again. And you know, say before them go get their first PVC, they tell them say no restructuring, no election, no restructuring. That was the music.
That was the beginning now.
So
No restructuring, no election.
So now they tell am say the one I tell am I say as you take go get your PVC, say you must vote them come out. As they no gree come out, you go try to comot them by force. Now the thing where they there. Because if no be so, they go gather money again when they go tell bribe you within 4 years time now. So but I say make I ask you whether you get better answer for them. Honestly, because the thing I don't know
see, you know, say me,
again.
Prince Jejeman, me,
Yeah,
I be that kind thing. I mean, so I be that kind person where we say people can always make their choices. I've made mine. The day that the what do you call it, the drum for a referendum is going to become so loud and louder, I will be one of the prominent people that will be running the campaign, especially for Yorubas. Sure, you get. I've chosen that.
Sir.
Until that time, everybody is free to choose whatever they want to choose, but they must know that the consequences of those choices are theirs. If another 4 years they say me they go get their PVC, they rush out to get her. Who am I to stop them? We go there here again now, Prince. Here we go there. You see, now here we go there when they will come back and say, I regret. You see that last time when I wish I listened. I said, well, it's not of mine for you to listen or not to listen. But understanding what you are up against, sometimes it's for your own good. And if you don't, experience will teach you. That's my own way. Prince, sometimes you don't need to change people who are already like a dry fish. One of the mistakes that a lot of people are making is that when they try to talk about Nigeria problems, they try to want to convince people that what they are up to is so dangerous. You need to change, like all those ones they will say, Eyipada. See, you don't need all of that. You just need to keep reminding them of the choices they are making. You see now, lately now, people are no longer trying to blame devil or God for their misfortune. Now people are coming out to say this Nigeria is a hellhole. These criminals are their real devil. So it's going to be gradual. So the experience enough will make everybody one day when they say go and pick your PVC. Now cutlass then go pick. Quote me. So but if you tell them to pick cutlass now and leave PVC, they go tell you in trouble they look for. So let them pick whatever they want to pick. Time.
Exactly.
I mean, time will tell. Share you get, Baba. Exactly. Thank you so much, Prince. Now take another one, yeah?
Baba, on the final note, Baba, just for final note, yeah? I will beg, because Kolu, they listen to this your program. I want to use this opportunity to advise them or encourage them, anything, whatever. Make it, before they nominate anything, we'll go work for them well. Make it live in land, they can. The thing where Buhari hand over to a hand.
I have heard that even though this is going to be like speculation, okay, it's completely unconfirmed. But I'm just going to say it because I don't know who needs to hear this. Do you get that now? So I have been hearing that they are looking for the perfect time, yeah, that is going to be suitable for them to release him. They are actually planning to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They don't plan to take him to another court or anything that much anymore. Do you get that? The Supreme Court says they are going to come back in September or so, remember? But the plan is that they are planning to let him go. Do you get that now? But whether politically he will do it now to spite these people, or they're going to keep holding on to it until they feel it suitable. But don't be surprised, Prince. Before the end of this year, you can wake up and hear the news. It's part of their plan. I just thought I should say that. Nothing more than that, I would say, okay? But we all wish and hope that he's not going to inherit Buhari's enemies. From what I heard, right?
They inherit Buhari too.
Yeah, they intend to make it a sort of, a diplomatic arrangement, like, okay, you know what? We just want you to leave. You can't stay here. Do you get that now? Once you are released, we want you to leave. Something like that. You get so, and whatever that end up to be, it doesn't matter. I remember when I did say, when this whole thing was going on, I said, I don't care what deal they make. It doesn't matter. We'll come together.
That's right.
Just let this innocent man go. Once you let him go,
that's right.
That's all that. I mean, how he got out won't really matter anymore. We all know the kind of person he
that's
is.
Right.
You get. So nobody can speak for him. Oh, they buy him. That's your own problem. But please let him go if you have nothing to do with him anymore. So if this happens that the devil come together to make the deal, all I care about is the breaking news. Just let him go.
Now the government they illegal without releasing him. That is just the thing. Any government where they will no leave him, they illegal. Thank you, Baba.
We'll go see. Baba. Nice one there, Prince. I'll take another one here. Hello there.
Any government where they will no leave him. Hello, brother.
Hey, hello, sir. Baka 14. Thank you very much for your message about. Sir, how are you?
I'm very well. This is Chim from Calgary.
Chief from Calgary, Canada. How is Canada this afternoon?
Yes. Well, it's fine. It's a nice weather. We're in between spring and summer. Sometimes you don't know whether it is spring or summer. But the good thing is no more snow. At least the weather is much more friendlier.
So everyone is outside enjoying the weather like luxury.
Well, me, I'm inside because the only thing that is attractive to me now is to sit down and watch this program.
God bless you, Baba. Anyway, how are you doing anyway? So you are live. Everybody can hear you, Baba.
Very well. Yes. So, I was first and foremost, I want to start with this, your last, not your last caller, the controversial caller, the Mohammed guy. Yeah.
It's because he's gaining fame on this platform. But it's just that they don't last.
Well,
they come and go. And we never even remember them again. Yeah, Baba.
You see, the thing is this. I don't blame him. I think anybody who has lived in Nigeria within the last 20, 30, even 40 years now, there was a period where we started having a rise of motivational speakers. I don't know if we had. I don't want to mention their names. I don't want to mention. Some of them are very popular, so I don't want to give them the benefit of mentioning their names on air. Some of them became pastors too, and they will be mixing motivational speaking with the Word of God Bible. See, they've used that thing to hold Nigerians down. That's why the moment somebody says anything, they'll say, this guy is negative. Man, don't be going and be listening to those idle people that speaking is negative people.
Say it into present. Tell God that God, I need a car, and God will give you that car. Tell God you need a job, and He will give you that job. That kind of a thing, yeah.
So those motivational speakers, In fact, they will even tell you, anybody who is not improving your life, get away from him, get away from him. I'm not saying you should be friends with everybody, but I've told people I would rather speak the truth and tell you the fact about life than trying to sugarcoat it and make it look fantastic.
Just to make you feel better.
That is where exactly, feel good factor. And that is where people like Mohammed are coming from. You know, I mean, I remember somebody telling us that government cannot do everything. That we should tar the roads, and I remember, and I don't want to mention those names, but when I look back, many of those motivational speakers, whether it be the pastor ones or the ones in just the secular world, all of them have other qualities that they are carrying. No? They will telling you tomorrow is good about Nigeria. But before you say Jack Robinson, they'll be the first one to hit London.
They are gone.
Or to hit US. They are gone. There is a popular pastor along the Lekki axis, and I will not mention his name. He's on audio. When he was talking about that they are coming for you. Remember when he said that his wife has gone abroad to go and settle things, and that if he encourage everybody to have an additional passport, if people can remember. Thank you. But that same person is on air telling us that that first and foremost, Saul must come before David. If you understand what that means in the political realm of Nigeria, he was saying before the election that Saul must come before David. And I was like, are you crazy? So Nigerians must first of all suffer before a good leader will come. You understand? And the Saul has come for them now. The Saul has come now. The Saul is on us. He don't come now. So you see, all these people are part of the reasons why you see some Nigerians when they come and say, you know what, let's pray for Kaulu. Let's pray for him. Let's be positive. It will be good for me. Yeah, it will be good for me.
When I asked him, I said, whatever I wish for Nigeria, or whatever you wish for Nigeria, okay, if I say I don't wish Nigeria well, how is my own wish better than your own wish or powerful than your wish that wish Nigeria well? How come you are not wishing for food? Well, you wish Nigeria well now.
Okay.
So what happened to your own wish? Why is my own wish the reason why Nigeria is not working?
Stronger. Thank you very much. So you see, I think people need to learn. And then lastly, my other contribution is there's a video I saw today. I don't know when it was made.
Right.
Of I think somewhere in the US. They were, I think it's like a church or a seminar. And one man, he's a Yoruba man, he stood up. He said that he's not praying that Nigeria is finished. And everybody said it's a lie. He said they were all, it's a lie. He said, God forbid. He said, okay.
God forbid.
He said, my father was told that he is the leader of tomorrow. Me now, my father is old. Now I've become an old man now, and I'm being told I am the leader of tomorrow. My children are the leader of tomorrow. And yet the terrible people ruling Nigeria are still the leader.
Yes.
When is this leader of tomorrow going to happen?
To take office, so
thank you.
They will never.
So you see, I think in fact, he said that the problem is that Nigeria needs to be broken. I'm not kidding you. He said it, that look, that Nigeria needs to be broken so that everybody will go their own way. And he stood up and said, "I'm a Yoruba man, so I'm not a Biafra." Before you, I'm telling you, this country needs to be split so that we can have peace, so that everybody can go their way. That the way it's being run, that there can be nothing meaningful that can be made out of it. I think those who are backing it, I think those who are, in this whole night, even the Tinubu that was on air today as president, did not believe in Nigeria a few years ago.
It didn't.
People have forgotten. You understand? So I think people should stop taking this thing personal. Rather ask themselves, what is the solution to fixing this country? Is it to break it up? If breaking it up and we have to do a plebiscite or referendum like you mentioned, it's fine, then let it be. But if we choose to stay together,
a confederation can be put to practice. A confederation is when you have more families, you have other federation, federating, what have you, within federation. So everybody is ruling. They still act like we are in the same country, but we are ruling ourselves by ourselves.
But Maegu, that is what Ibori, when Ojukwu says on Ibori I stand, is the confederation. That's what he asked for.
That's what he asked for. Yes.
That Mr. Gowon refused to accept, or people told him, he accepted, but when he got home to Lagos, the civil servants told him, this man has played you 419. Why do you accept that? And guess what? Nigeria has missed several opportunities to be a strong country.
Yes.
Perhaps if we have accepted that thing that time, we will not be having the challenges we're having.
Sure you get.
So, but you see, we keep throwing away opportunities, and say, God will come. Look, Maigu, I don't want to blaspheme God, but in my mind, I believe that God is tired of Nigeria.
It must be.
I believe he's tired of Nigeria. I'm telling you.
See, Baba.
He's tired of Nigeria. See Rwanda here.
Rwanda.
You know, see Rwanda here. They went through a war. In fact, Rwanda's war is worse than Nigeria's own. It's worse than Nigeria's civil war. But look at where they have gotten to now. Even the people who committed the offense are really sorry. I know people who have met Hutus who will say they met a Hutu, they didn't know he was a Hutu, they asked me a question and the man started crying. And what is making you? Why are you succumbing? Person will say, you know, it was my people that did that, and I feel so ashamed. You understand? And they have healed, and hopefully they are moving forward. They are transforming their country. They are telling exactly. They didn't sweep it under the carpet. They have the history there to tell when a certain group rose against the rest and why it is bad and why it should never be allowed to happen again. For Nigerians, we threw away our Biafra civil war under the carpet. We want to act like it never happened. Nobody wants to say, you know what, the things that cause it are wrong. Listen, if 1 + 1 in any society is not equal to 2, there's a problem. Any society where 1 + 1 is 3, 1 + 1 is 4, 1 + 1 is anything but 2.
Yes.
My dear brother, that society can never work well.
God bless you.
Let me drop and allow another person to continue,
you have
bro.
done so well. I appreciate you, Baba. No joke, I appreciate this time. Thank you so much.
You.
That was brilliant. I have another caller on the line.
Oh, my good general.
Yes, sir. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm very well, sir. At least I'm still trying to put my hands together around all this equipment. But apart from that, I think I'm fine.
Yes. My name is King Richard. I'm calling from Los Angeles, California.
Richard, that's brilliant. I think you'll be my first Californian caller that I can remember, and that's brilliant. How are you, sir?
Oh yes, thank you. I'm good, thank you. I know by now you should be tired hearing people say, "Oh, thank you for what you do. Oh man, you're doing an amazing job."
I know.
Yes, I'm going to add to that.
I promise you.
Yes, I'm going to add to that because I want to be very candid to you. You are one medium through which I take care of my own mental health with regards to the happenings in Nigeria. You know, it is really frustrating, and your program is one source through which people recover from the crisis going on in Nigeria. After listening to you, one will just give a sigh of relief and say, well, thank God there is one man who has, the answers, or who can help us raise our consciousness, So ask God to continue to bless you and empower you.
Amen.
One thing I keep thinking about, how do you get around it? Like, how do you have the time to source all these news information and all that? How does the family cope? Man, you are a very amazing guy.
Thank you so much. It's a part of our life, and appreciate it as well, kind of motivate as well, kind of inspire to say, people appreciate what I do, then I will do more. Then it became part of my life. So thank you, Richard. You're so kind.
Yeah, one thing that I want to also say, the people like this, Mohammed, trust me, in future they will become members of the platform like some of us. So still don't cuff them. Just keep, being neutral like you've always done. Some of those people, they have not undergone the psychological healing that you have given to so many of us. So they are new to it, you understand, even though they are hypocrites, even though they are disguising themselves actually.
I know.
Yes.
It can be
many of them,
right? Especially when you know that some people are very intentional. You can forgive when people are kind of innocent of what they see, and they come out to say, but when you begin to kind of probe further, you can understand where they are coming from, where they are going,
yes.
and then it become more insulting,
yes.
like they are playing on your intelligence. You get that? Like they are trying to
I
tell
know,
you,
I know.
stop talking about these people. Let's talk about what you want to do for people. And I'm like, why do you care about what I'm going to do? I'm not your government. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, but must you blame the government? I've been there. So it sounded so insulting that I'm like, you know what? Don't try that again. I get what you mean, Richard.
Exactly.
We have a way around
I'll
it.
tell you something. Yes, I'll tell you something. Those people, they are tribalists. They are tribalists. You know, racists don't know that they are racist. Tribalists don't know that they're tribalists. Some of them are speaking from the from the consciousness of
what have you,
yeah, exactly. And we have them in all tribes, trust me. We have them in the Iboris, we have them in the Yoruba race. I'm an Igbo person, but my boy Yoruba koja washing body. You understand? So I know what informs these people's view. Okay, Tinubu today, you see, his goal was to capture power. And he has captured power. Now he's lost. He's lost within power. Trust me, he's lost within power. If you hear him addressing, the governors, you can tell that he's clueless. He's lost. He doesn't know what else to do. So from this point onwards, you see a lot of players like Tinubu will come in. Yes. You see all these speakers, all these people who spoke for him during the election. They will all come in until one force will outplay the other. Then one dominant force will now
themselves now, Richard. You know how they do it, eh? They'll first start, so who is going to take over? Who is going to be the main one?
Exactly.
Then they will do that for a few times, and eventually one will take over.
Yes.
And then the drama will continue.
Yes, there will be a lot of infighting before one force will now dominate and overwhelm the other. Then you will see him. He will go into comatose. He won't know what to do. At one point, there will be an internal crisis even amongst his own immediate family. I'm sorry I have to say this because I don't like addressing people's families. Yes. The daughter will want to dominate. The son will be there playing his own. The wife will say, what's going on? She want to. And before you know it, there will be an obvious infighting. As calm as Buhari's family were, you see that at one point, their own started happening. You understand?
Richard,
not to talk about this one.
That's what I wanted to say too, Richard. The Buhari family that they thought were so kind of frugal, private, and all that. We saw video where Aisha, they fight Mama.
Oh my goodness! Yes,
inside that sorrow.
Exactly. Oh my goodness! You understand? It's good. It's going to turn like people who say what it's going to get really, really bad. And then some people who actually played so much role in fighting other people, creating problems, being tribalistic, fomenting a lot of tension. They are not going to say, they don't give us no position. You see them, they start to struggle. They start to fight again.
Richard, they start to something, See, Ganduje, which is Gandola, that they bounced at the inauguration of Ekolu 2 days ago. In Kano, they went to go and put congratulatory message in the newspaper. Congratulations, Your Excellency, Abubakar Gandola, for your appointment into the government of Ashiwaju. Appointed as what? So they are now getting rushing because they feel like they may not make the list. Some of them, like those you mentioned now, who actually were outspoken here and there. So today, I saw one of those Gandola's personal assistants when Gandola was governor, just a moment ago. They were still in office. The guy now shared something today, and he said, well, they think they can use Muslim ticket to win and take over power and begin to now do tribalism with appointments. Tribalism with what? Appointment will make. So, like you said, it's about to start. It's just a matter of time.
And let me tell you this. You see, Festus Keyamo, he doesn't know that the average Yoruba man sees him as Omoibo. Anybody, I'm telling you, anybody who looks like, speaks like, or sounds like an Igbo person, like his name, Keyamo. Although the name Keyamo is like Yoruba, you know, Professor Keyamo, but they already know that he's a Delta guy. You'll be shocked, they'll play him out.
Richard,
you see Nnamdi Kanu.
See, you said you they make it too hard, eh? Man, make it easier for you.
Yeah.
Anybody from Ore, listen to this, from Ore.
Yeah, exactly.
Upward.
Exactly.
To some of these guys, these
guys. Yes.
People where they be.
Yes.
To these guys in Ore, I mean to these guys Lagos Abubakus, anything from Ore, upward. You are now talking about Delta. You are talking about Warri. You are talking about Akwa Ibom. All those Fafa Monabi. These guys, all of them, all of you will come from that side, you'll be Igbo. Whether you are from Delta, whether you are Ijo, Ibibio, it no matter, you'll be Igbo. Time with time.
And I tell you one thing.
Yes.
I tell you one thing. You see Mazin Nnamdi Kanu.
Yes.
Tinubu will never release him. You know why? You know when Obi was campaigning, they kept, attaching IPOB to him, that he's this, he's that, he's that, he's this. They will use Nnamdi Kanu to torture Igbos. I'm an Igbo person. They will use Nnamdi Kanu to torture Igbos. Remy hates Igbos to a fault. You can see some of the leaked videos where he was admonishing some Igbo boys who were trading, traitor, you this betrayer and conquer.
Don't trust you. Trust you.
Yes. Now this guy who is addressing oil marketers, the one who is leading the delegation, who was his chief spokesperson. See that guy during that tribal war. You see the kind of things he was spewing. You understand? You will know somebody who hates a tribe. To the marrow. You understand? So you'll be surprised. They will so want to punish the Igbos, but nature will fight them.
Of course,
nature will fight them. You see this?
Richard.
Yes.
If there's anybody that wanted to deal with the Igbos in his warped mind, like Buhari, please show him to me. Buhari institutionalized hatred of how he's going
he pronounced it openly.
Here you get. You remember that guy, that Dido senator? That Dido senator that assaulted a gatesman, somebody who is a gatesman at a shopping mall in Abuja. He assaulted him with we slapped the boy, slapped everything, did all of that, And then the next thing, when he went to do his press release, he said IPOB attacked him at that shopping mall in Abuja. That security guy is a member of IPOB. This was how much Buhari's government made the Igbos look institutional wise. Just call them IPOB and say that's why you did what you did. They are dangerous. They are coming from the IPOB.
The biggest problem they have.
Buhari still fail. Igbos are still stronger. They destroyed all their businesses with this rollback dollar exchange. Do you know there are those who are mostly affected? The people who are like mostly importers and what have you, the Igbos. They are those who run into that stop of unsure of
even amongst us the Igbos, there are traitors who are being used as instruments. So you see in all these tribes, there are good, bad, and ugly people. Every tribe has its own. But you see, one thing that this country does not realize: you cannot progress without the rest of the tribes. No. You cannot play not just Igbo. You cannot progress without the rest of the tribes. We are brought together for a purpose, and trust me, by this chart that they are playing out, Nigeria will never succeed. You see this pattern they are going.
Richard, thank you so much.
Lastly, this is the reason they should just open their heart and let people determine what they want to do. If they want to go to their own country, or if they want to stay in Nigeria. Anybody who wants to stay, let you stay. The ones who want to go, let them go. It doesn't stop you, Nigeria, from progressing. You understand? God bless you, my brother. Yes, exactly. I'll leave the room for other people to contribute. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Right, stay safe, Baba.
Yes.
I have.
God bless you, my brother.
I still believe
hello, my brother.
I still believe that political expediency, right? Tinubu will release Nnamdi Kanu. I strongly believe that, and I would rather wait there to play out. Okay. One name.
One Nemo.
One Nemo. How you doing? Osita.
You are that replica of what Nnamdi Azikiwe calls Solomon La. It's a one-name number.
One name.
But your own is. But your own is one name you thought.
And what does that mean?
Yeah. My brother is so sweet.
So
my brother that is
sweet
so
don't
sweet.
have to ram now, yeah?
Your own is so sweet. You are too dear to the heart.
Bless you.
Trust
You go be my hype man when I come America. I'll call you. And where are you? Osita, come around, please, sir. Come. You'll be very.
No, I'll be. Don't worry. I'll be in Scotland soon. Very soon.
Nice.
Before the end of the year.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I look forward to that. I'm here.
You know, lot has been said and lot has been done. You understand? I sent you a text message. That text message, you look at it. I wish the guy Mohammed. I wish that I could actually engage him in talking.
Right. Maybe we'll ask Mohammed to join us in one of the People's Parliament one day. That's another place he can speak freely too. And all of you can respond to him right there. So People's Parliament. Mohammed, if you are still watching, we'll do People's Parliament soon, okay? When we have People's Parliament, you can show face and you can talk and everybody can respond to you as well, okay? It's quite interesting.
Yeah.
You are invited.
Yeah, because...
Sister, invite him.
Yeah, because... Yes, I've already invited him. You know, yesterday when he spoke, I didn't hear it until I watched your program again, because most of the times I watch your program twice in a day before morning.
Right.
So when I heard him speak, I knew he's not an Hausa guy. And believe me, that's his name. Mohammed is not his real name.
It's probably not his name.
I stand by it. I had this thing that, oh, this is a Kolu supporter. I had that thing in mind. I had it in me that this one is from the southern part of Nigeria. This has nothing to do with the north. He only used that name as a disguise to say, oh, he's Mohammed. I am telling you. You know, by their fruits we shall know them. When you see somebody who is tribalistic bigot, you don't need somebody to tell you that this is the person. But I mean, to tell you that this is his true identity. But by the time he speaks, just give him just 30 seconds to speak. You will understand where he's coming from. They have trained their foot soldiers. After you discard him, another one will come up again. That is their strategy. On your program.
I should stop being nice then. The moment I sense them, I should just take them up on it.
No, I wouldn't lie to you. All the process you've taken, the way you handle it is perfect.
Right.
Anybody that said it's not perfect, that person is wrong. You handle it the way you are supposed to. Handle it.
It was like becoming insulting, right? When somebody will sit down there and say,
today,
"Oh, don't talk about the people being killed. Let's talk about the people you have helped." And I'm like, "Am I your governor or your government?"
Because today, he actually makes fool of himself. He wanted to come here and make fool of everybody, because when he came online, he was laughing, right?
Yeah.
But when he came up here, he made fool of himself.
Like, okay.
Because he actually brought out this thing that I've always been talking about on this program. You see, we might not like our traditional rulers because of the role they play. They play into the gallery of politics. We might not like our religious leaders because of their attitude towards politicians. Just like what happened, I am sorry, if anybody goes to redeem, anybody is a redeemer here, I'm so sorry. That someone who calls himself a man of God, who reverends the pulpit of God as the pulpit of truth, you will now put somebody who is not just inconsequential, but somebody who has not even atoned for the sins that him and his husband and her husband is committing. Still come to the pulpit of God and lie again that man, Tinubu, is 71 years and that person is preaching the word of God. That is hypocrisy at the highest level. That means that is a man of God who has been compromised.
Well, they've all been.
So, yes, that means, so if we talk about those things, but in the reality, is the man of God the one that is going to implement policies that will give you good roads and good school? No. Is it the traditional rulers that will do that? No. But the only thing that they can do, the role they can play, is that they can advise whosoever that is in the seat of power that let us do things this way so that the people too, they can enjoy some certain some good things of life. That is the only role that they will play. So this is the kind of person that the Muhammad is, that is asking you that what is your contribution? I know he's watching.
It was like, this is how he set himself up, Osita. He said, oh, you need to see how happy I am when I heard that your Yoruba union is going to help people. That actually made me felt insulted. You get?
Yeah.
Like somebody calling me to say, wow. So you also help people. Wow, I can't believe it. I thought all you do is just like, that's an insult, yeah? Yeah. On a platform where, for 10 years running, right? People have learned to build a community, coming together and helping others who are victims of bad governance.
You know why?
So how dare you turn around and say, oh, so all this while, you are waiting for me to be the one who pays school fees or build schools or hospitals because I want to show it to you so that your government can know what to do. Like, are you joking? That's exactly what got me there. Like, you the mad, like, how dare you come here to say, Osita?
I am sorry to say this. It is because he doesn't go to his village from time to time. I mean his village where his forefathers were born. Maybe he's born somewhere else, but where his forefathers was born.
Yeah.
So that's the reason individually he thinks that people don't respond to the cries of other people. What we, especially where I come from, the Igbo land, what we do individually for the needy in my place, government don't do it.
I mean, now
government don't
do it. Let somebody now come around and say, oh, if you go to my village, we don't worry about government. We just do it ourselves. You are sitting down there complaining about what government didn't do. I'm like, are you mad? Like, how could you then,
Is that supposed to be my responsibility?
You get. But is that something you actually have to be bragging about? You get, like you.
Yeah, I hope he's listening.
And say,
I hope he's listening.
Yeah, we don't care about government. Let us do it ourselves. And like, it's normal. So if I want to talk about do it yourself, right? I will talk about that. I am talking about the one that is actually affecting everybody's life right now. And you want me to drop it and talk about what show mad in it, like, it just made me feel like show shit anymore, Ahmed.
Yeah.
And that's why I had to tell you that Mark me more. What pay me next time?
So if I know he's listening. I know he's still on TV because he has been contracted. He has been contracted. He's paid to do all these things. But I know he's listening. If I voted somebody, I took all my time to go through the process, and I vote somebody, and I vested my power on that person, act on my behalf. And that person is not doing that job. So I don't have to
what are they doing? And they are turning around to ask you, what are you doing? What have you done? Why are you asking them?
So I don't have the right.
Go and do something. I'm like, show mad.
I am sorry. I am sorry. He lives in Abuja. But I've lived somewhere in America. If here, even dogs, animals, they have rights.
Yes.
How much more human being that lives in an enclave and you are telling the person he doesn't have the right to ask the people to do the right thing. So I am so sorry in that this thing. So at the end of the day, this is where we have gotten into, because we are all systematically, or people are systematically becoming a bigot. That they don't see anything wrong in anybody who they idealize as their idol.
No, if it is not happening to them, Osita, if it is not happening to them, it is not happening at all.
It's not happening at all. I told you the reason. The reason Nigeria is a business center. I told you the reason Nigeria is Turn by Turn Nigerian Limited.
Yes.
The reason is like this. I keep saying it. Nigeria was not a country that was formed by any government of this world. Nigeria was formed, or Nigeria was discovered by the Royal Niger Company. And when they discovered Nigeria, they had a lot of issues based on the people of the country are not one particular people. They are different nations that is resident in a particular place. So because of that problem they had, at the end of the day, they were to be penalized by the British monarch. And later on, they sold Nigeria. What they said in the paper, in the document, was that they sold the land called Nigeria, or the land, that land, Nigeria, and everything that exists inside of it, including us, the human being. So they now sold it to the British people for 800 and something thousand pounds. So at the end of the day, the world is seeing us as a commodity. They are not seeing us as people. So it is high time we have that conversation to tear those things down. That agreement, let us tear it down. Let us bring it down. It is our own fight. Tinubu is not going to do it at the age of 90-something. Like Mohammed, nobody knows where he is. There's a rumor flying. I've heard about it. There's a rumor flying. He is not in Nigeria. He's incapacitated right now. He's indisposed. He is not going to say the right thing. Neither the ones from the east are going to say the right thing. Neither the ones in the north will say the right thing. No. But it is only our own responsibility. We are the ones that own that responsibility to say the right thing. And that right thing is that we demand for referendum. We demand for it and nothing else. Thank you very much, my brother.
Osita, God bless you. I know. I told you that people like Mohammed comes on this platform. We once had a guy called Philip, and almost for like a week or two, he was always here trying to tell me how wonderful I was doing, but at the same time, then turn around and defend Buhari until his cup fill up one day and it became his career. So Mohammed is not taking our time. He's only having his own moments because there are more like Mohammed here too. What is if he's even Mohammed? Hello there.
Hello, sir. This is the African Wahala.
Hey, you the Prince Adewale, the African Wahala. How are you, Baba?
Yes, Baba, I'm doing very well, man. Thank you very much.
No worries, man. Thank you so much for please.
I had to tap in, be a part of the conversation, give you some encouragement, because what you're doing is not easy, man. Like, I used to have this same motivation of criticizing these people, but man, it takes more than just wanting to do it. I don't know where you get the fire from, and you've been pushing for so long. Man, I salute you, brother, man. It's hard.
You see, when you come around and you realize that there are others too who are also going to live wherever they are doing, to listen to me, that is enough for me to be kind of energized and motivated. Not the likes of all those trolls.
Yeah.
That, we've passed that stage. That's where I got it from. If I come here one night and I don't see all of you, I will know that, the party is over. It's time to go home.
Well, that's true.
And I don't think I will
that's very true, man.
See you here. I don't think so.
No, the audience is only going to continue growing because more people are realizing. Like, if you look at the comment section, I've had the opportunity to engage with a few people, and many of them were on the other line prior to the presidential elections. Right. They were on the other side of the line. They had these hopes and dreams that we're going to save this country through these elections. These elections, we're going to win. Our vote will be counted. We have beavers. And eventually they got disappointed. And now they are on the same side.
Yes.
So I think the crowd is only going to continue growing because Nigeria will push them to join us. Now, let me talk about Mohammed briefly before I did.
Take your time.
Yeah. Mohammed, he lives in Abuja. Well, people like us even lived in Abuja from the 80s until 2012. I lived in Abuja for 23 years. I witnessed the slow deterioration of Abuja to what it is today. I know many people that go to that same Abuja right now and they're like, this place is nice. But when we were growing up in Abuja, it was way nicer than what is there now. Now it's garbage. So Mohammed is probably one of those young people that found his way from, being an Oshogbo Alimajiri. Now he's in Abuja and he has to support the mandate because he's waiting for his own turn to benefit from the system. It's normal. We have millions of such people in this country. There are millions of Mohammeds. Brother, there are millions of them. We don't need to be surprised when they come out and speak this way. There are millions of them. There is that famous quote that you always say, when you're fighting for Africans, you need to leave the other hand to defend yourself from the Africans you're fighting from.
Bless you.
That quote was made by Isaac Bonobo. But yeah, so people like Mohammed, it's normal. I believe with time, he would either go back to his group that are waiting for their turn to cause more chaos, more havoc on the system, or he would eventually be touched by the Nigerian system, become a victim, and come to our side. Those are the only two options for Mohammed.
It's just a matter of time.
It's normal.
When Nigeria happened to them,
it's just a matter of time.
The hypocrisy and the rest of that can't even save them. They will come out and say, I regret that I ever, Baba, regret it. You better come
it's normal.
Solace. I get that.
Baba, see, final point.
Yes, sir.
People talk about let's restructure this country. Let's even start with a confederation. Like what we have here in Canada, we have 10 provinces, 3 territories. They all came together to form a country. And each province has a high level of autonomy as far as military, natural resource control, and many other things are concerned. The reason why I would not even gamble that anymore in the Nigerian project is that, so we will be wary. Once someone starts that kind of project, okay, 6 geopolitical zones, you guys have your autonomy.
Your autonomy.
Guess what, bro? Guess what, brother?
Yep.
2 years time, one wary from the military will just say, oh yeah, we've taken over.
And we are bringing everybody back together.
Once they take over, they will put all of you back in that unitary system. So I'm not even willing to gamble that.
Well,
personally, that's where I stand.
Gamble that too, because it goes both ways. So, African Wahala, yeah. Because if they give us autonomy, there are people like us, okay, who are going to take advantage of that and spread the message of independence. Here you get that 2 years of self-rule and autonomy will bring to life a new a new level of political consciousness and movement in Yoruba land, for example, right? And by so doing, it's going to be like, trust me, within 2-3 years before any military come over, they're going to see the sign that this one, so it's like they're about to move over. People like us realize that. So Nigeria is not interested in restructuring. Sure, you get, they don't want to gamble it. Because if they try it, there are people who are smarter than them.
They know what.
As corrupt, as crooked as they are, if they gamble, if they make that step, Baba, it will widen them. We'll go widen them beyond what they expect. So last,
Baba, they just give us.
It go happen. But that's why they don't want to risk it at all.
Yeah, they should just give us an inch, and we're going to take a mile, 100%. We're taking a mile straight.
They know that.
Yes.
And they will be forced.
And bro, finally, sorry, I've said finally twice.
Okay. Prince Adewale.
Sorry, this is the final point. I wanted to add to what Osita said previously. He said Nigeria was purchased for £865,000 by the British government. Purchased Nigeria from an individual named Isaac Goldie. Isaac Goldie was a trader that had about 30 posts selling palm oil, exported it. He had 30 posts along the Niger River, the Niger Benue River, and he was exported palm oil to England And while that business was booming, right, the French and the Germans, they were coming from both sides, also colonizing what we have as Cameroon today and Benin Republic. So the British realized that these French and these Germans, they are going to take over the business of Isaac Goldie because he was one of our representatives in that Nigeria area. So they purchased Nigeria from him and then established the Northern Southern Protectorate, Royal Niger Company. They brought in the terrorists, Frederick Lugar, to come and solidify it in 1914. So they created the entity
into two territories: Southern Protectorate, Northern Protectorate.
Thank you. And the Southern Protectorate. They created the entity for their own benefit, not for us.
No, just for
and that's the same way the criminal politicians, the military regimes of Babangida, Abacha, they created 36 states for the benefits of themselves, not for our benefit. So
for
the
example,
entity Nigeria,
Africa Wahala, Delta State was created as a gift to his wife, Miriam Babangida. It wasn't created for economic or any reason. It was just like, oh, my wife is from there. Okay, I'll just compensate my wife. The oldest train built, the first and the oldest train built in Nigeria, from northern Nigeria to southern Nigeria, they were not built for for carrying passengers. They were built for carrying farm produce from all the farms in northern Nigeria down to the coast in Lagos, and from there to Cardiff in England, where they move every farm produce from Nigeria. So just so people know all this history too, they were never the intention was not to build a country, a prosperous one, or the people.
No.
It was purely business and exploitation. God bless you, African Wahala.
Thank you so much, my brother. And salute to everybody.
They are hearing you. Stay safe, man. So I'm going to take one more call. I'm going to call it a night, okay? And this
the last man standing. How are you today?
I am very well, sir. How are you?
You're always fine. Yeah, good.
Thank you.
This is Comrade on the line, Comrade Philip.
Yes, so Comrade Philip, sir, you will be my last caller.
Yeah.
So let's have fun.
Yeah, good. I just tuned in, so I had which Philip is that? Because you are always objective, and I've always been objective. So I was wondering, because I know about Mohammed, I know about Akinola, which were always lambast. So maybe I haven't tuned in to know about that Philip you're talking about. Because I call from Richmond Island, Comrade.
I know.
This is Comrade.
Yes, this Philip, right, happened to be a very long time ago, Philip.
Okay, because I was wondering. I was quite wondering. So what kind of people is this?
Oh dear, I have them a lot here. I just kind of they are like, they are incredible too. Sometimes they are so coward. They don't pick up the phones. They just stay in the comments. But when I see them pick up the phone and call in, I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I do know where they are going, but most of the time, I just let them give excuses for the criminals. But when you turn around and start looking for me to be responsible for the job of government, no, that's reaching. So that Philip was like that too. It would be like playing a mind game. You can't play a mind game with me. Like you can't play a mind game with somebody who knows that the reason why the criminals in Nigeria have lasted this long is that they have people who have been able to play mind games on the people. Then you can't try that with me without insulting me. So initially I thought, okay, you know what? I'll play along. Then he called back in today and he said he's been laughing, listening to people, reacting to what he said. I was like, okay.
Okay, I haven't tuned in then. Because not quite long I came in. I haven't tuned in then. Oh, like, God.
Today will be your evening. It's okay. I'll give you your time. Right? Then it started with, I'm so happy. You don't know how happy I am when I heard that you have a Yoruba union that's going to help people. I was like, you should be doing something for people.
That's an insult. It's playing on your intelligence.
You get us, sir. It was like, I should be helping people, the victims of poor governance, right? Instead of me criticizing government. I was like, now that's it.
What's the work of the government?
That's
what is the work of the government?
No, he's a madman.
He was rich. You are voted for you to do what they call good governance, for you to put water, put hospital, do the right thing.
Yes.
You understand? And you are telling another person that is not even the government. Yes. You can see the hypocrite, the way we fool ourselves. We have a long way to go. I'm still telling you this. If you don't stand up for our rights, for all these useless people to get up from the road, we will still be in the mess. And that's why, you remember my statement. You know, I've traveled a lot and I've walked in some sensitive place to the glory of God. You know, I told you something. You know, when I started saying something about Jonathan, you know, the oil and gas and all those things, what that happened, you understand?
You know, conspiracy and all that. You did say that here.
Yes. You know what came to our mind? To be honest, you understand? You see, if you look at Buhari and Ibori then, you know, with good record as a student of history, you understand? Buhari then, you understand? If you look at his track record, that's 84, when he was overthrown. Even the Buhari's wife went and meet Babangida, was begging for certain things. When Buhari was released, he had to allow the wife to go. He divorced because that's what I'm saying. He divorced the wife. I'm trying to, because people doesn't know this history. You understand? Because at that time, Buhari was not corrupt. That is why we stick our head, thinking that it's going to salvage. But you know, Nigeria is a very funny place. If you know that this person is not corrupt and you vote for this person, and you find that this person is not doing the right thing, you vote out the person. Under 1 year, when Buhari was on board, I told you the first 6 months, there was improvement in oil and gas. But going to 1 year, we started seeing different things. And we started speaking, but our life was in danger and we have to flare up the country.
A lot of you.
I told you this.
Yes, you did.
So let's get this thing right. He said, what was Buhari then and what was Buhari now? There's quite different things. That's why I told you that. You see, if you have anybody, both people, anybody that you know that he has some shady characters, don't try to say this is not from my side.
Try to salvage
because those guys will still come and they will still come and rule us tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying now? Right. Look at Tinubu now. In this of Nigeria, I was watching. Since if you come into meeting, what they will first do, you sing the national anthem. When they meet the military service chief, there was not like national anthem. That was the first blunder.
Do you know something, sir?
Do you know that was the first blunder?
See, he appointed a protocol officer, a Yoruba man. That protocol officer is somebody who should tell him, Mr. President, once we get in there now, okay, this is what you're going to do.
But that was the first blunder. Do you notice it?
Yes, now. But
that was the first blunder ever.
And you'll see many like that too. Okay? Blunder.
Then the second blunder now. The second blunder in the history of Nigeria, you call the CBN governor, you call NNPC, and the wife is there. Sitting down there. Do you know what it means? With her orderly
organizations, yes.
With her orderly, the vice president orderly is not even there. You could see the way these guys are going to kill us. Then you now look at the daughter. You now look at the son. You know, we need to wake up. I don't know what is wrong with us. We need to wake up and start doing the right thing. And that's why I keep on commending you for your steadfast, being objective. You start. One those kind of shenanigans call you, what you do, because we all cannot be a gutter boy, you know. You just address the person, give the person what he needs to. Yeah, then you enlighten the person. That's how we can move forward. You understand? Someone told me that Ghana, they are suffering. I call people in Ghana. Is there anything like you? They said no. They didn't even know if they remove subsidy in Nigeria. You ask yourself, Maegu, if Tinubu was sensible, the first thing we have done, how can you move 33,000 tankers out of Nigeria? Are we so stupid? Yeah. Come on, I'm crying here. You know what it means?
Where is the government who can actually clamp down on those criminals? But because they are also part of the whole thing, they'll come and tell you.
I can tell you from the have trucks, you start 3,000 liters. Before we now move it to 45,000 liters. Let me now tell you now. And every day, what we use in Nigeria, 5 million liters. Before it now went to 30 million liters. And even at that 30 million liters, we still contested that it's not even up to. And how much was Jonathan spending that time? About 400 billion for subsidy before this Farouk Lawal. Before Farouk Lawal. That set him up. If you remember that scandal, Farouk, that dollar. Do you remember? So you ask yourself, how can we be using 60-something million liters every day? How many what is happening?
That's the subsidy scam now. Is that not the risk scam Jonathan was trying to stop at the time? And we know how that went.
In 2012, it was the same Tinubu.
Tinubu now?
It was the same Tinubu 2012. You understand? That is why, do you know my problem now? Let me now tell you, because I've been saying it. If you remember my first statement, that first day of election, there was lapses. With due respect to P2B, it really messed up. Because I was shouting that very day when they were not uploading to server, P2B could have made an announcement because he has followers. Then the second blunder, an individual could have taken them to court about that 25% in Abuja. Not at the late hour. If you go and check my reports, I've been shouting. It was late hour. They now went to Abuja. Even the judge that was supposed to give the verdict ran away.
They've done
what did that tell you?
To some extent, I know. See,
the judge that was supposed to give the verdict. I know. I'm a comrade. That's why I'm shouting my voice, because I'm having pain. I'm having pain. If you know what happened to me, if Nigeria was good, there was security. I won't. This kind of sickness I have here, I won't have it. I need to go back to my country. I'm having pain. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So what kind of a thing is this?
They don't understand why so many
people should have taken that matter, that 25%.
I know.
That's why I'm telling P2B, I've told him before, I've sent him a text, if you want to be a leader, you should stand firm and shouldn't give a fuck. Because that 25%, they will have given us the result of that 25% under 24 hours. It doesn't concern any court. Just go there, let them interpret for us. If Abuja, true, is a very simple thing.
I know.
If Tinubu was, it was reversed. If it was reversed that Tinubu was P2B, do you think that Tinubu will have been sworn in?
No, they
okay, where is the judge?
P2B, they will never allow anybody to swear him in. If P2B was the one they
that's what I'm saying.
He didn't win Abuja and all of that. Of course I do. I know. See,
do you know what it means? It's a scam. It's a scandal.
It is actually a slap on the face of those who believe that there was going to be an election. And that is why they are not going away. Trust me. Comrade, our time is very much up now, okay? Thank you so much.
I'm always your last man on standing. And that's why after I finish Akiola,
thank you, sir.
After I finish Akiola that day, you said you've enjoyed your day. So please, whatever you're talking about, Philip, don't even call that name because it irritates me.
Now that I know that there is a comrade,
it irritates me.
Exactly.
Because I live in Richmond Island, Richmond Hill. It irritates me. Please, don't even call that name again. Please, please, I beg in the name of God, please.
You're so welcome. See,
tell Osita, tell one name. You start. He gives you a very beautiful name. That title gives you one in Asuso.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
is very, very interesting.
Brother, that is sweet. Thank you so much.
My brother is like honey.
Yes.
Odabi Oyin.
Thank you.
So when they say Oyin lo duju.
You know that. Comrade Philip, sir. You should have a wonderful weekend, Thank you so much. So that's Comrade Phillips there, all right? So I'm going to call it a night. We actually succeeded in doing our 3 full hours tonight. An extra 2. I will see you tomorrow, okay? There is no much delay or kind of lagging and all that, which is great. Don't leave without liking the broadcast, okay? Like the broadcast, please share it if you haven't. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And if you have subscribed to my channel and you feel kind of so angry with me tonight and you want to take it back, it's an ideal thing to do, because if your mental health says unfollow me, you can still follow back. People do that all the time. They get angry with me, they take back their subscription, their follow or likes. Then after a few days, they come back again and say, okay, yeah, I'm back. I don't like what you said about her. You know what I mean? You owe me nothing. So to everybody who stayed back, thank you for always. I will see you some other time. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Mayegun Diary politico.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun Diary Nayibi #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Mayegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mayegun ti dé.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Mayegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.